Welcome back, everybody. It is me, Shep, joined here by Q once again. I know you guys saw us not too long ago, but we took a short break after an unfortunate issue with one of our teams. So we are now getting ready to move on to our next round. We're actually moving back into the winner's bracket for our next game.
That's right. We're going to be seeing Frozo versus the Pub Stoppers coming in here to start off winner's bracket action as far as for the day. And of course, with Calamity leaving the tournament, that does mean that we will be seeing Ruby Wolves waiting in the shadows to see who they will be facing off against literally next, depending on who loses this matchup. And with whoever wins this matchup, will be moving on to the grand final.
Very exciting stuff. And now we're kind of just waiting to get our survivors into the game, correct?
Yes, I think Peps had to restart their game, it looks like, because I see that they're now online, but still at that point where like I can't invite them yet. You know, loading up things, stuff like that. So I would imagine we will be seeing them and getting loaded in here shortly. Yeah, did you happen to see, though? It looks like we've already... Oh, actually, before we get into the map stuff, and to talk about where we're going to be seeing the Pub Stompers playing Survivor, or playing Killer at here first, as we will be seeing G-Bot on Killer. We are... You'll notice up in the top... Right, over there?
That way? Yeah, that way.
That way. Well, why am I like curving my arm like this? It's so much easier to do this instead. I'm just like, hold on, I gotta get it in camera. Yeah, in that corner, right up there. You'll notice a couple of things have changed. One, the goal has changed. Two, the number's a little bit different than what we had seen before. We are still working on that in the background, making sure that we had, because you know. As you'll see actually popping up in chat while actually about 2 minutes before I'm talking about it, you'll see in chat all those links to go in, start submitting those challenges for our teams. I don't know if apparently somewhere down the line, a couple of accounts got disconnected to the event here. So they're hunting that down, but I promise that number, why am I fucking this up so hard? That number right up there is getting contributed to every time. You guys are not only putting a little bit of coin into our convicts pockets here, but for every dollar that you guys put forward and are completed in challenges, Playstream is matching with that prize pool up there.
So make sure you guys are going ahead and tossing some fun challenges to our killers and survivors there. Yeah, there's a lot of really good options. I'm actually like looking them up because I never actually looked at some of them.
Oh, looks like, wait, what? Huh? Okay, hold on. Let's join this other lobby. See what's happened. All right, maybe it just got reset or something. We're gonna go back. Okay, now Note's joining me. There we go. Let's get this bad boy moving. I was wrong. Peps is actually is on this team, right? Peps is on this team.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're getting him in the lobby. That's all.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get everyone on in there.
All right. So, what do you think? We good with spoilers? That way we can talk about it going into this matchup while we're waiting for our teams to load in here. Because we know it's Rancid Abattoir. We gave that much away.
Yeah.
But it's actually going to be a killer that I have been waiting to see throughout the tournament thus far. We finally get to see the Oni-chan.
Ooh, okay.
Which makes me wonder... do we maybe see Frozo getting challenged with the All No Mither challenge?
That would be very interesting.
I mean, it's on Rancid, right? So like when we're talking about Rancid Abattoir, it's not exactly the most killer sided map. The main building is kind of tough to work around. You can, of course, break your break the door, break the breakable wall down, kind of breaks up that loop a little bit. But then even you still have Cow Tree, you've still got a shack. Depending on what other tiles spawn in, as far as with, you know, RNG, maybe even getting a stronger map than that. So you add that on top with the fact that it's Oni who tends to struggle in the early game. Like, why not all no Mither, right? Plus, like, I just want to see it because I feel like it'd be so much madness.
Just absolute, like, pandemonium, yeah.
All right, listen, Kate, you know, I have feelings. All right? But you're not wrong, but I have feelings. So,
He's just excited, you guys. Leave Q alone.
I'm just excited. I can't hide it. I love comp DBD, and honestly, I've been having so much fun seeing some of the challenges and things that have been thrown our way. Some fun mixes, not only just with our killers and maps, been seeing some no mithers. We've been seeing some people have to look up, look down. We saw in a matchup earlier where a survivor was not able to open the doors. You know, fun stuff to kind of switch things up a little bit.
Looking at some stuff real quick because notifications keep popping up on my screen. Yeah, I hope we get some really fun challenges. Knowing that we're playing, that someone's gonna be playing an Oni, a no mither would be hilarious here.
And here's a few things to keep in mind, since we do know who the loser of this matchup will be facing. It is the Ruby Wolves. So if the Pub Stompers end up winning this match, we will be seeing a rematch from last round in the winner's bracket, where Frozo edged out Ruby Wolves 3-2. If not, we will be watching Frozo, or we will be watching Pub Stompers versus Ruby Wolves, and Ruby Wolves, of course, beat the team who beat the team that Pub Stompers beat. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, sure. Yes, yes. I'm kind of picking up what you're putting down.
Now, I haven't really noticed thus far, I must say, since the most recent patch. I've still seen some competitive DBD like Oni. I haven't seen as much. I haven't really played against him as much. It seems, though, that the blood drop rate has not been changed, and we thought that that was a bug, which makes me wonder if maybe that was just a fix that they made in the background and just didn't publicize or something.
Maybe, although they're usually pretty good about their patch notes if they do things intentionally, like acknowledging things like that in their patch notes. So I don't know if it's like a bug that happened that they were like, you know what, it's fine. Like, he kind of needs this. Like,
Right.
This is actually healthy for him, or like what? Definitely will say though, like, I did just do the Oni gauntlet. If anyone's familiar with the DBD gauntlet circuit. Their most recent one was Oni, and that was even then almost still not enough to be too much help. So
Wait, so what's this gauntlet? I don't know.
So the gauntlet is every month they have a killer for the month. They'll pick, right now it's 5 different survivor teams and 5 different killers, and each survivor team has to go against each killer. And then whichever survivor team earns, there's a scoring system. Whichever survivor team gets the most points wins. And then whichever killer gets the most points wins. And it's like an independent thing. So like the killers aren't attached to any survivor team. Survivor teams. Yeah. It's really fun. They pick 5 and 5. It's a different killer every month. I've participated in 3 so far. So I've done the last 3, which was the first one was Spirit, the second one was Huntress, and the third one was Oni. So they're really fun. Actually, if anyone knows Amy, she's our head mod here at Vigo. She's actually she's involved in the admin side of that setup. And it's just like a fun thing that they do. It's a for fun tourney. But
Well, at this point here, we have been ordered to. Well, I shouldn't say ordered. Ordered? Yeah, sure. We'll call it ordered. To
Our boss
switch
told
size. Yeah. So, it means now we should be seeing shortly. Hopefully, I'm guessing now they're discussing the last bit of strategies here. I'm wondering if there are any other curveballs that have been thrown the way of our either killers or survivors. Have we seen anyone go perkless yet? I don't think we have, right?
I don't think we have either.
That could be fun. Imagine doing that to the survivors and then having them play against like a nurse.
Oh no, that would be awful. I know the last Playstream like exhibition match we had, it was no perks but no mither against Legion on the game. It was that was such a nasty game. Like there was a point where there was nothing the survivors could do. It was so nasty.
A Shep Ghosty Gauntless. What's your thoughts? Yes?
Do I have to play Ghostface or do I get to watch? Honestly, yes.
Yes.
I'm with it. You know what? If I have to play in a Ghostface Gauntlet, all I'm doing, I'm not even playing the game at that point. I'm just gonna go running around harassing the Ghostface. So like, I don't know how productive that's gonna be, but I will break him out of stock every time, guaranteed.
Maybe, I don't know, man. There's been something about his stock recently. I gives me fits sometimes. Makes me want to punch the air.
Stop me. You can't stop me. Yeah, I don't know if they like changed his detection range or what, but I have noticed like it's a little more difficult now. Or, you know, for some reason the ghost face is not exactly centered in my screen, even though he is. He's like a pixel off, so the game's like, sorry, I can't help you there. He's not in the center of your screen.
Man, there was literally the I think it was yesterday or the day before. I was on Ormond. I remember this very vividly. And the ghost face was stalking somebody around a corner, and I was breaking him out. And all he literally did was turn. And then all of a sudden, I wasn't like breaking him out anymore. And then he was able to stalk me. I was like, bro, what is, how? Excuse me?
One pixel off. Yeah, I definitely like had a ghost face almost broken out of stock, and he took one single step in a direction, and like all of a sudden I wasn't breaking him out anymore, and he popped like my exposure, and I was like, all right, you know what? Okay, it was fine. I ran him for the entire exposure meter, so it didn't matter. But
and I mean, I have been seeing a nice increase in ghost face players. And I can't say that I mind so much, honestly, because it's nice to see some diversity. Again, it's just more of the frustration of when I am sitting there we're looking at each other. I see you looking at me, looking at you, you know? Sweet Caroline or something like that.
Sweet Caroline.
But like, you can stalk me, but I can't break you out. Hello?
Yeah, then it's not fun anymore. Yeah, definitely has to be give and take.
I do gotta say though, I see Kate saying in chat that she's noticing that as well. Because I was starting to think I was going crazy. Like, I was just like, bro, all of a sudden I just can't break them out.
To be fair, I think Ghostface needed a little bit of help there, maybe. Because he's still not even with it, he's still not a very strong killer. Like, he's still only an M1. So I think his stock mechanic need a little bit of work. I think objectively, he's still probably the best stealth killer in the game.
Yeah, and I think
until people figure out how to use Onryo the way she needs to be used.
I think the other thing I've noticed with Ghostface is if you really like take the time to understand his kit, because of course you'll see a lot of Ghostface even after playing them for quite some time don't really master like the lean technique, because even without add-ons, the lean stalk is so much quicker than just, you know what I mean, like stalking somebody out in the wide open. So when you see people getting used to that and understand, especially when they have like good map sense, so they know when I leave the hook, I understand where they think they can call out where I'm going while I'm in my shroud, but I completely switch it up. And all of a sudden I'm on the top of somebody else, stalking them. And it can like really create some like crazy mid-game snowball.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential. A lot of potential.
I was kind of hoping that with the new movie, before I'd seen it, that maybe we were going to get a new skin, but there wasn't anything really new in the new movie, so.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen it yet.
It's so good.
But I've heard it was really good, but also like we didn't really get any. I mean, it's just the one thing I've heard resoundingly from people who loved it and people who hated it was that it's definitely like a Scream movie. So.
It's definitely a Scream movie.
Yeah, nothing groundbreaking there, but I mean, like that's why we love it, right?
But I think when I think back to some of the more recent ones, it's probably one of the better recent releases, if not the best, like recent release.
You know what? I'm down with that. I do need to watch. I need to watch that and the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You know, actually, the new Scream movie was the first of the 3 new movies that I have yet to see. I still haven't seen the new Michael one that came out. Was that around Halloween time last year? Still have yet to see that one.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one either.
And I haven't seen the new.
I haven't seen any of them. I've been slacking. Revoke my horror fan card, I guess, until I catch up.
Well, there for a while, I mean, you know, there's the whole COVID stuff going on, and then towards the end of this actual year was when we were like knee deep in getting Vigos back up and like really into the swing of things.
I guess we've been busy. We've been really busy. Yeah. So that's fair. All right, we all have an excuse. Yeah, I need to sit down and just watch a couple things. I haven't seen Welcome to Raccoon City either, which I really wanted to see. Yeah, just a lot of like really good horror movies coming out lately.
Ready when y'all are. Let's get this puppy started.
Lori, hit the red check mark.
Hey, Lori.
Hey, Lori.
Wonder if this is one of those situations where Lori thought they were ready and then the last person joined in, and then DBD has that weird thing where it's like, hey, I know you were ready when there's 3 people, but now there's 4 people. Are you ready?
Are you still ready now? Like, are you sure?
All right, so here we are. First match back after the break. First match of our winners bracket here for the day. Both these teams have already won 2 matchups yesterday. In order to get here, we're going to see our kind of traditional bloodied blueprint as well as the cut coin. No Mori offerings yet. It's kind of unfortunate. By the way, what's your favorite Mori?
Oh God, I actually really like Oni's Mori. Very, very brutal. I think Ghost Faces is really fun. Just because it's so like interactive.
The selfie's really cool.
Yeah, the selfie's so cool. Who else has like really good Moris? Pinheads is pretty cool. Onryo's is actually like kind of brutal, but I think it actually is Oni's Mori.
Yeah, I like that, and I also like the. I'm a big fan of the artist Mori personally, but.
Oh, hers is cool too.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and take another trip on into the fog here. We're gonna see G-Bot running on the Oni. Not gonna lie, chat, kind of disappointed to not see 4 no mithers here to start off the trial, but we do see plus 10 wood added to the face here. Nice palette to be able to create a little bit of distance. G-Bot though does hear there's a little bit of progress on this gen inside of Shack. Also, main does not have any progress on it. We're gonna go ahead and see G-Bot go ahead and break this thing up a little bit like we were talking about into the matchup here. Breaks down the strength of this middle tile because it is quite a pain to work with for your traditional M1 killers.
Yeah, this middle tile can be really, really nasty to have to navigate. And it does look like we are going to start our first chase, of course. We have this door already broken out, which is going to be to our benefit.
We are going to be seeing now. This is a filler palette. It can be decently worked around here, especially on a killer that's a little bit taller like the Oni, whose head does stick out over those hay bales there. Instead, though, we are going to be seeing Note heading right back into the main building. Doubling back here, should be able to get back to the same pallet, which is actually on the edge of like our corrupt, uncorrupt gen. So this should allow our survivors to at least attack that shack gen. You can even hear them attacking this gen that's right next to us, has a whole lot of progress.
Yeah, quite a bit of progress close to our corrupt zone, kind of trying to get these generators in the middle of the map worked on and out of the way, I think.
And that is going to be another breaking of the pallet. There's going to be the balanced landing play here to get back over to... Oh, no, not back. Wait. No, not back. Actually, a really nice double back, but a really good awareness by G-Bot. Unfortunate that we had already used the balanced landing play, because there would have been an amazing time for it from our survivor. However, you will see 1, 2, 3 gens done just like that.
Yeah, and Oni struggling from not being able to get that power earlier. The denial of the first hit, of course, is just really, really rough on him. He's not able to really pressure those generators until now.
Yeah, I mean, we did see the Splintered Hole add-on come in, which allowed them to, after they got the first hit, get this power very, very quickly, which actually results in a very fast down here as well, which means we'll be able to bring this survivor over into the middle of our 3 gen that we have set up over on this side of the map. The question is there enough blood orbs around for G-Bot to at least have that power back in reserve?
That is the question. He didn't use too much, so he's not going to need too much more. But yeah, he's looking pretty juicy right there.
We are going to see now G-Bot gets the power back here, is going to go ahead and double back towards the hook itself, working into this area. Remember, we already used this pallet. I believe we've also already broke that pallet behind us at the hay bales there. So G-Bot starting to create a little bit of a dead zone back on this side of the map. This is big. We've already missed out on hitting the locker, so we may be able to see at this point. Oh, but G-Bot with the swing and a miss.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. So we're going to go dashing out towards the generator that we knew had some progress on it. Ooh. Unfortunately, we're going to miss that too.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell if that was actually... Oh, hold that. I'm not sure if that was one of those situations where I think the survivor actually did a quick crouch to kind of get the little bit of a aim, like the auto aim onto the generator itself. Nice locker play and getting the vault as well.
Pallet, yeah.
And this is going to be big because now G-Bot knocked out of the power. Going to have to at least find some more blood orbs to suck back up. But just like that, one last gen, 5 done altogether. Now we are going to be seeing, we saw the adrenaline value from light. However, G-Bot's also faster because of that haste status there, and you are now on the ground thanks to the no one escapes death.
Yeah, that is a quick down thanks to the Noah there. Of course, now our survivors are aware of it, and there is quite a bit of blood over by this completed generator.
We had just seen there as G-Bot finished sucking up the blood, checked on the other door. We had literally just seen the No Way Out getting taken off of the doors itself. We haven't seen a heal yet over here, which is interesting to say the least, because No Way Out was up. Wonder if maybe we've got our survivors maybe instead prioritizing looking for the No-Ed, because of course being healed doesn't really matter. But we got to remember Oni, we've got a whole bunch of blood orbs. This is fuel for him. But interesting watching G-Bot literally not sucking up any of these orbs.
I think, to be fair, with survivors over here and Noed's still up, it doesn't really matter if he absorbs the blood orbs or not.
Oh, is that going to be enough for Claudette?
Oh, this is going to be... No, but she did have Sprint Burst loaded to get away from that door.
And that at least allows her to get the window. Now the question is, are survivors across the way? So we do see, oh, actually, rotate it over. We know this door has now been open. This would also allow our, oh, and we see a survivor getting off the ground here with the slug.
No. Unfortunately, he's going to go right back down. A ton of blood orbs left here for G-Bot to go ahead and pick up.
Oh, no.
That will be his NOED out, but he now has power.
And then, you know, seeing as we've had the doors open for about 20 seconds, that means this power use here, especially with the... Never mind.
He's got a ton of blood orbs to pick back up to get that right back, so.
Yeah, but it's interesting seeing that we're rotating this survivor. I guess there's really not really a closer to or farther away from both doors unless we'd gone through main, but this survivor is relatively close. I can't help but wonder if we have a, oh no. Oh, there's the save.
Oh,
Oh, that's a big swing and a miss.
no. Corn blind.
Now the question is, where is our remaining survivors here? We see some scratch marks actually going across the way here. There's going to be note leaving the door. G-Bot taking... Oh, that's 4 survivors all out the door. Really, really good job by Frozo on the survivor side here to be able to come out and really set the pace, honestly.
Yeah, not a bad game whatsoever for our for a great game for our survivors there. Yeah, that miss at the end was really rough. I think also letting Ace get up there to try to push the Clouded off the door was an interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the fact that you've got NOED up there. You don't want them to open the door, so it's kind of your only decision. But, oh, and I forgot to even look. I bet you, I have a feeling Ace had to have had Unbreakable, right? Because he seemed like he got his progress picked up really quick. And I feel like when we were walking over there, we had seen the Claudette like just get there for the heal. It's not like she was there the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So that is going to be resulting in a 2-0 score currently in favor of Frozo. So we are going to be switching sides. I think I had seen earlier it was shared that Peps is our killer this next round, I thought. But it shows them in a match, unfortunately. So hopefully they'll be able to, I'm not sure if maybe they're just warming up, getting ready for this next round here. So hopefully we'll get at least an invite here, get this next lobby set up here shortly. So another first time for an Oni during the course of the tournament thus far. So that does mean we are now down to not seeing the Omrio, the Cenobite.
Still missing a Fredster.
No Freddy. No, we haven't seen a Pinhead yet, have we?
Nope, not that either.
No Clown, no Cannibal. Otherwise, I think...
So what a few good options left for killers that we haven't seen used yet.
But I think also when you take into consideration how many killers we have, the fact that we only have that few we haven't pitched shows how much diversity we've had in the tournament, which has been really fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, it's been really great that we've got to see a wide range of killer usages.
All right, I see Peps is joinable. Let's go ahead and take a quick jump up in here. See if we can get this lobby rolling.
And don't forget, guys, the links are in chat. You can go ahead and drop some challenges for our killers and survivors here. Make it fun for them and for us.
Oh, and G-Bot's already in here. Look at that. G-Bot's already in here, so our survivors can start piling in as well. Can someone make me a happy queue and put us up for a Pinhead game here, please? We did see a Nemi. Kate, I'm trying to remember what map we had seen Nemi on. It might have even been... I might be wrong by saying Father Campbell's Chapel, but I believe it was a Nemi in the Jesterline Ruby Wolves game, I think, yesterday.
I'm trying to remember.
I think
so, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure on that one.
I think it was against Ruby Wolves, if I'm not mistaken, only because I remember wondering if the Ruby Wolves had picked that for the team that they were playing against because Slow was surviving. And he's kind of like a pretty well-known like Nemi player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Potentially, yeah.
So chat, keep in mind when we do follow those links, and you will see that we did have an update as far as the number up there a little bit. I think that was just as far as from the last trial. So I do believe we're still trying to have Playstream look in the back as far as to make sure we've got everything linked from prior to, because I know that number dropped a little bit. But we are trying to reach that 1,000 mark by the end of the day. Remember, even though you're going into the actual players and like chats and challenging them, that Playstream is still matching every dollar towards that pool up there. So, and that's going to be towards like Vigo's court, even though you aren't challenging Vigo's court. So you don't have to feel bad for that.
Yeah, that will definitely still benefit us here, and everything we earn here goes towards our prize pool for next season of Vigo's Court. So you guys are helping out our players now and also helping us out with our future events coming up. So we really appreciate all of the support. You guys are fantastic, honestly. We couldn't do this without all of us here together.
So Frozo up, currently up 2-0. Now, I know we've seen a lot where teams come out, take the lead, and they kind of keep it. But for a reminder for those of y'all who maybe hit the hay a little bit early last night, because we did have a very long day of comp DVD over in the tournament. Our last game, we actually saw Rebels up 2-0 against the Pub Stop and Purse. And they actually ended up bringing it back on the Survivor side. So if there's any team throughout the tournament who has kind of shown some resilience to be able to come back from a deficit like that, it is the team that is currently getting ready to come out here on the Survivor side now. So it should be interesting.
Definitely be an interesting matchup. I don't know what that Claudette is wearing, and at this point, I'm
here for it.
I'm definitely not.
Also, again, I see we've got Fnord rocking the Comp Jeff. Always big props to the Comp Jeff players out there.
Kudos to Comp Jeff, yes.
Oh, I
always appreciate seeing Ace in the skull shirt.
You know, that was a really good cosmetic for them to bring out. That was this past year, right?
Cosmetic. Yes. That was, I think, in a Rift or something, because I know I have that shirt and I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I think it was in the Halloween event where you...
Yeah, the Halloween. Yeah. Yep. I really like that shirt. I want to find one in real life.
I don't play much Ace, so to be fair, you'll never really catch me rocking that.
I have it set up for that in case I get a daily where I have to use Ace, because it's like the only time I'll play Ace. Yeah. I will wear it if I had to play Ace though.
Oh man.
Just waiting. I think we're just waiting on some last minute setup. I don't know. Do we know what we're I
haven't been told, and I'm not digging into it. I'm kind of down for the surprise aspect. Yeah.
I like to be surprised. So whatever it is, it's fun.
While we are getting ready, though, and I know we had kind of talked about it, but when we look at, honestly, it's kind of crazy looking up at the top because, we've only played 12 sets. And we're talking about already at like almost $600 raised as a prize pool. So honestly, big shout out to all of you guys who won for tuning in, because I know like it's been a busy weekend as far as comp DVD. There's a lot going on. So the fact that y'all decided to pull up and hang out with us here, we appreciate that. But two, we appreciate you guys supporting our competitors, not only directly with the challenges to them, which allow our convicts to get some coins here in our coins for convicts tournament, but also again, obviously for Playstream for matching that for our prize pool at the end of the day. So I've been really enjoying the whole concept all the way around.
Yeah, no, this has been a lot of fun, and it's all it takes a village, and this is certainly a way for all of us to kind of build this together, so, and have a lot of fun while doing it.
Ooh, so I am seeing it come across. We have a new killer that we haven't seen yet in the tournament.
Exciting. I also see a question in chat who our favorite survivors are.
So, I generally tend to, I think my two that I run the most are Adam and Dwight. Dwight, because if I had a mustache, would be like my spirit animal.
Yeah.
And Adam's just the homie. And that, to be fair, I was also an Adam main before this whole Juicer Adam clan became a thing in the comp scene. So, trailblazer, I might add, you know?
I think for myself, so I started when I first got this game, I bought the Silent Hill chapter so that I could play as Cheryl. So Cheryl is definitely like holds a special place in my heart, but I've actually been playing a lot of Kate lately, specifically for the pink cowgirl hat.
Kate is,
and then of course Bunny Fang.
The bunny. So Bunny Fang holds. So Fang is one of the ones that does definitely hold a special place in my heart. Bunny Fang was my first like survivor main on the Xbox.
Oh. So speaking of Bunny Fang, I'm just gonna.
But I do like the Fang, the new like game, like the like cuddly Fang, the one that has like the gamer headset with the blue hair.
Oh yeah, the little cat ears.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
Yeah, I actually do really like that outfit. She's got a or no, not her, I guess. Never mind. I like her like pajama cosmetics.
Yeah.
They look so comfy.
I also when as far as when I'm talking about like my two that I like to play a lot, I think the big thing other for me with Dwight was for so long I liked the meme of doing Dwight things and hiding in lockers because like I was a big like head on. I've always been on a big head on advocate, you know, so.
Ooh, and we have not seen this killer before. Okay.
Yeah, so let's take another trip on back into the fog. Gonna be seeing some Freddy on the Grim Pantry here. And, well, Grim Pantry's interesting. First thing interesting and worth noting as Peps looks up into the sky and enjoys the skyline here a little bit. You come on to get Grim Pantry and there's no hex totems, which I feel like the two swamp maps are two of the better maps when it comes to the hex totems because you generally have some of those hex spawns along the outside of the map.
Definitely very interesting to see no hex totems popping up right now. And already two really good stuns, or not two really good stuns, one really good stun to start off this game, but it does look like Gingy will go ahead and take our first hit of the game there.
And as far as those add-ons down there, actually, I won't mention the one. If you don't know about the iridescent add-on, we'll talk about it when it comes up. But as far as the other add-on here, just want you guys to know that's going to help as far as the cooldown duration for the dream projection. It's basically, it helps based on the amount of survivors that are currently in the dream world. You get your dream projection back up to 12% quicker, which can help you teleport across the map, kind of put some pressure across multiple gens here. We are going to see, though... That's an interesting locket grab.
That was interesting. Whoa.
Now
that will be our first generator finished for our first hook.
Now we do still have about 5 seconds left on the corrupt intervention. Then that will expire off those gens. When we looked around, though, you will have noticed that there were actually 4 generators that were covered by the tentacles. One actually still covered up as the corrupt intervention has expired. That is because there is deadlock in play here. We see Pep's able to get right by our Steve here. Well, Byers, that guy, the alternate skin. But we do see this is going to be Psycho back down on the ground. And, but Psycho so up some with the D.
Psycho Mantis said, put Mia back down, and we are going to pick up chase with our Jonathan once again.
So now 2 injured survivors here. And also now since you have taken the decisive strike, Peps does know that you can pretty well tunnel everyone out with Reckless Abandon. You don't have to worry about the decisive strike anymore at this point here. Will be interesting to see. We'll have to wait and see if Jonathan is the one that has the deliverance, since they were able to get the fresh, or not fresh save, but the safe save as far as hook number 1. Taking chase with our Claudette, though. That is Psycho going down. Not only is Psycho going down and for hook number 2, but if there's no one around, this is going to be a basement hook.
Camping the pallet is usually not the play, and Psycho Mantis has shown us why. And we do know that the decisive strike is off the table, so that might have been a fatal misplay there for Psycho Mantis.
And we will see now at this point, Pep's going to surround all the entryways with the snares there. Not only will that slow down any survivor moving in for the save, but it'll also give Peps a little bit of a notification here as well. Now Psycho will be able to be removed from the trial as soon as they are taken off the hook. However, our survivors do have an option. If they're split up on gens across the way, they could allow our survivor to hang. However, we see Gingy here moving into the basement. Gone through 2 of the dream snares for some extra slowdown. Will result in for the 1-for-1 here. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised to see Peps go for the tunnel out here.
Yeah, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised either. And we are going to go ahead and chew through that bar time, forcing Psycho Mantis to have to go somewhere to mend before he can heal himself.
Remember, though, this is the survivor who did get the first fresh save. So now here's the question. Do we see anybody moving in for a save, or are we going to see Gingy wait out 59 seconds, allowing our survivors to work on those gens across the map until they go ahead and hit that deliverance? Because it looks like Peps is going to stay in the area, but if Peps gets too far away from Shaq, we may just see the deliverance play as I talk about it, because I'm freaking amazing like that, chat. And now we're going to be seeing Gingy getting out of the basement, and we see our Claudette getting tunneled out here. Good play by the ace, though, to buy a little bit of additional time.
Yeah, Chiba moving in to try to give Psycho Mantis some room to get out of the way. We are going to not wait at this pallet. Good patience on the instead of Psycho Mantis to not immediately vault that, but unfortunately that dream snare is going to slow him down just enough for Peps to go ahead and catch up and get the down.
And that is now going to be Psycho Mantis back up onto the shoulder. That's going to be the first elimination of the game. Hook state number 4. We got to keep in mind here that we had seen Frozo take the 4 out on their survivor side. So I believe even if they steal just 1 point here, and if you're looking as far as the rules, exclamation point, rules in chat, because things are a little bit different here, more focused around the Playstream aspect of the tournament than kind of your typical comp 2-2-3 with points for gens and stuff like that.
We will see the proc on No Way out there as we see our survivors trying to reset each other. Ooh. Not the survivor you want to be finding right now. Or not the survivor that you want found right now.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, though, I guess you could say is, no matter who ends up getting found right now, they will be able to be put down onto the ground with just 1 swing, right? And, oh, ace play.
That effect. Oh, no. Unfortunately, we do wait out the dead hard here. Because of that, no one escapes death. It is fine that it is ace going down because it's not going to be a lot of value. He was already injured. But now our survivors know what is in play.
It's interesting. We do see the door opening over here. That's going to be Fnord. Oh, that's going to be the big value from the iridescent add-on right there, chat. There it is. That is going to be the black box, which says recently open gates are blocked for an additional 15 seconds, and Fnord played right into it.
Oh No, that's absolutely tragic. And we can see that our totem is right here next to our 2 hooks. So I don't know if I'm getting these unhooks if I'm in Gingy's shoes.
Frozo, Peps here with the Giga Brain plays. Bringing in the box, was not worried about the door getting open behind him, knew exactly what was up. Combining that with the no one escapes death too, that is dirty.
It's the budget Blood Warden-ish coming in clutch there for Peps. And
That was
do
insane.
See the 1 out for Gingy. That was so sad.
And I'm guessing we are now seeing on the delay chat finally getting to see the play itself, starting to see the reactions over there. That was awesome.
That was certainly something.
Oh, not like this, man. That is hilarious. I think what made it even better was the click from Fnord. And I don't know if Fnord had seen the gates yet, because I can't remember if they pop up like right off the bat or if it's kind of like Blood Warden where you have to get close enough to them. You know what I mean? But you had the flashlight click saying, "Hey, I'm still here anyways." Still to catch the gates. Oh, man.
Oh, that was tragic. Oh, no. And they had no way to know.
Oh, that is funny, man. That's gonna have to end up being, I don't know if it's part of promo or if it's at least just a clip to recap what happened, but that was hilarious. And
That was tragic.
we'll have to wait to get an official word, but I would have to imagine with Frozo taking the 4 out and then getting the 3K, it will probably be Frozo securing their slot in the grand final, which, if we are being honest, is super impressive. You have to remember Frozo was a last minute ad for Chunky Monkeys, I think was the team.
I believe so, yes.
So
yeah,
to go from last minute addition to you're in the grand final, and you're in the grand final from the winner's bracket, meaning you'll have to lose 2 in a row to not be the champion here. That's gotta be feeling good.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're Frozo right now, you're feeling all right.
So it does look like it is confirmed Frozo 3-2 though. So it was closer than like what would have caught the eye looked, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, also I see everyone asking if this is a console tournament. I am on Epic Games because Epic Games runs better for your boy when I'm running Streamlabs. So everyone's crossplay for me because not too many people run Epic. Looks like we're gonna have Ruby Wolves starting on the killer side here. This is going to be our losers bracket final, as we will be seeing the Pub Stoppers now facing off against the Ruby Wolves here. Ruby Wolves will be starting here. Let me get who's the other connect that I had? We got Ford in here. It was G-Bot. G-Bot was it. I figured if I remembered I had a second one on their team. I figured I'd invite both of them while I was going through my friends list.
Yeah, just make it easy.
Yeah, that black box play was.
That was so fucking funny. Oh man, I feel so bad. I hate it.
I don't feel bad. That's what he gets for clicking his flashlight.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hate it when it happens to me. Every once in a while, I run into a Blood Warden out in the wild, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? No!
Just the whole thing is just poetry in motion. I wonder if Fenord happens to be streaming or recording, because I would love to see his side of that. Maybe
Side of it, yeah.
Maybe with the Titanic music as you're running towards the door, you know, slow-mo.
Oh no. That's definitely something I'm gonna remember when I need a good laugh.
That was a really good play. It's gonna be one we'll definitely have to remember. Yeah. I think that might be the play of the tournament thus far.
The fucking black box. No.
Oh, it was really good though. It was really funny.
Oh god, that's so awful.
And I mean, creates such a huge turnaround too. So, and crazy to think though that like it still ended up being such a close game. I mean, down to just literally 1 point difference. So,
yeah, I wonder which point that was.
We do see though over in chat. Now we're getting those links started to get posted up for you guys. Go on over, send these folks some challenges. Remember, you can pick the killer, the map. You can pick some cool off-fish scenarios. Maybe make one player play no mither, make everyone play no mither. Have some fun with it.
Yeah, you guys can toss a whole bunch of fun challenges at our players. You will see those links getting posted in chat right now. Slow Gallios is up, and we should be getting our survivors links in there very shortly. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a good time, and of course, everything that you guys put up for challenges for the players also benefits us over here. Because Playstream has partnered with us for this event and is going to match every dollar raised through all of our players. They're going to match that for our prize pool for our upcoming season of Vigos.
All right, so at this point, as far as killers that we have left to see, Cenobite, Pyramid Head, Bubba, Clown, I think, right?
Yet. Yeah, we haven't seen a clown yet. Have we seen a hag?
We have not seen a hag. But that's 5 killers. We have 4 more games. So, I mean, you know.
Honestly, if we don't see a Bubba, I won't be mad. Smile.
I just remember, if you play Bubba, you have to play Basement Bubba with the Insidious, with no corrupt intervention, and then you have to complain when the first 3 gens pop, because chase lasts too long. And then compare Noed to exhaustion perks. Anyways,
you know, that sounds like a very familiar situation.
I don't know what we're talking about. Anyways, it looks like we're gonna be going to Fractured Cowshed though here, for our first matchup here between. Why isn't my bracket up to date? Wait, oh, do I probably have to update? Like, yeah, there it is. Now it's update between Pub Stompin' Purrs and Ruby Wolves. Oh, wait.
That's a killer we haven't seen yet, I think.
That was when we were debating earlier if we hadn't seen yet.
Yeah,
and I
haven't seen.
Well, no, and I think we were trying to remember if we couldn't, and I don't think we ever came to a decision, and then we literally just skipped over her as a killer that we hadn't seen yet. So if that's the case, I'm excited because she's one of my favorites. I enjoy watching. Are we spoiling? We're spoiling. I mean, I'm gonna spoil it anyways.
I think everyone already knows.
I love. True, I was kind of hovering over it. See, I spoil it anyways without spoiling it.
You try so hard not to.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
So seeing the Plague though, I really like watching Plague for a couple of reasons. One, there are a couple of different, I think, approaches on the killer side that you can take. Hopefully, it's not the infection on the objects; it's more of vomiting on the people, because the objects one can kind of be a little bit slower paced. But then even once you actually get into the regular gameplay itself, it kind of forces more of the, do we cleanse? If we do cleanse, when do we cleanse? And generally we will see killers bringing in thanatophobia to kind of help it, expedite that decision making. So if that's the case, especially on a map like Fractured Cowshed, where in the middle of the map you don't have much to work with, a good Plague can really make you punish you, I should say.
Yeah, and we've seen Plague played on Fractured Cowshed before, with really good results in last season of Vigo's. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in this game.
Yeah, she is one of the killers that in like the very big like mid-chapter update a couple months ago that was also affected. In the update that had like what were the other ones? The Spirit, Spirit, Deathslinger, Plague.
Like, a whole bunch of people got like add-on updates too. Trapper got his big add-on update there.
That was the Cenobite mid-chapter, because then they did all of his add-on reworks and everything too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But after that got changed, I mean, Plague's been a pretty big staple in the community in the like comp scene, because it does it does kind of encourage some extra decision making on both sides.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely it changes how you have to play the game a little bit, and forces some pretty tough scenarios, honestly.
All right, and I'm going. Well, I'm saying good luck, have fun. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure they know we are good to go.
It'll be interesting to see how our survivors handle her. Yeah, Plague was kind of like a breakout favorite from last season, so I'm kind of glad to see her getting a little bit more playtime. I do always enjoy seeing her brought out.
Yeah, it's interesting because before the change, she was a killer that you really didn't see much, right? And then all of a sudden, very quickly, I don't know if I would quite feel comfortable putting her in like the first three after the top three, but she's definitely in like the upper, probably third of your tier list for sure, I would imagine.
She's definitely competing to go up there. Of course, she does still have her downfalls. You have to heavily respect those pallets when you're in power, which can lose you a lot of ground, especially if you're in a jungle gym or whatnot. But I mean, a good Plague is nasty to have to deal with.
And again, when we're talking about like this map in particular, I mean, once you get Cowtree out of the way, and even working around Cowtree when you're in your power, like you can kind of get your Corrupt Purge over some of those lower wall portions and still be able to get shots down. Sometimes you're going to be kind of hoping to get a little bit of help as far as from RNG, just because you only get limited amount of jungle gems, but sometimes if you have like a really nasty jungle gem into a filler palette into Cowtree or into the actual shed itself, it can be kind of almost curtains at that point if it's a good survivor,
Yeah, it'd be really rough to deal with that.
So this is our last losers bracket matchup for the tournament. Starting to all come down to it. We've been through a lot. It's crazy to think. I was just looking over. I was like, is it like it's 5:00 already on Sunday? We've been through a lot over here this weekend. It's been a blast though.
Oh yeah, lots of fun games. We've pretty much almost worked through the entirety of our killer list. So love the variety that we've been given.
All right, here. So we're going to go ahead and take another trip on back into the fog. Do we have a Mori? No Mori.
Damn, sad.
Unfortunate. I'm still hoping not only for a Mori, but to actually see somebody Mori with the regular no Mori and not the Rancor Mori, because that's all we've seen thus far in the tournament. I think we saw like 4 games where the Mori has been brought in, and we haven't been able to actually use the Mori yet.
The only Moris we've gotten are Rancor Moris.
Sag.
That's so funny to me, though. Was it Psycho? I know Psycho Man has got one of them. Who got the other Rancor Mori? Didn't someone else get one?
An artist in the evening. I remember that.
Who did that? I don't know. That was a game I wasn't here for, so I'm not entirely sure.
The only reason I remember is because I remember talking with Doc about not only the Mori, but the lore, like, of her, how she's just so dope. You know, like, her lore is probably my favorite or one of my favorites, at least when it comes to DBD. But here we do see Slow coming out. No Ruin. And, interesting to see the green apple over the yellow apple, because we usually see a lot of people with the green, they go with the yellow apple because it gives you just the 2 corrupt purges. But the green apple will also add another fountain into play.
Which, still gives you a little bit of extra help when it comes to your power there. Oof. Early pallet drop there, which, that infection time is going to help. I think that's what the purple add-on does. Is that infection time for Amulet?
So the amulet is actually to help you as far as get the extra time while in your power.
Okay, never mind.
But remember, when she got her rework, one of the big things that got changed was just the regular efficiency anyways. So that's part of the reason why when you do get, as we saw, Slow got a good amount of the first corrupt purge on them, and then the vial purge, and then the second bit of vial purge was a nice, decent bunch of change. Trying to go with the sniper rifle here. We do have a hook in the backside of our uncorrupt portion of the map, which could really lead to a strong mid game here for Slow.
Yeah, this is going to, we are going to see, I think Second Man is probably forced to second here because no one really wants to save in front of a plague with her power. So our survivors are probably better off just kind of hanging out on the far side of our corrupt zone. That is going to be our first generator done. We will see Deadlock. Ooh.
Whoa.
Definitely Brave coming in for the trade before Psycho can progress a second. Of course, we've still got our power up. Ooh. Just barely going to miss that, but we are not going to miss a second time. That's so unfortunate.
And this is going to be the big thing here, and something we'll have to keep an eye out in the future. We have to remember that Jinji in our last match, or in a matchup earlier today, so yeah, the last matchup, was our Deliverance player. Yeah, and we're going to actually see that come into play. I wasn't sure if we happened to be able to get away before the safe save actually was confirmed, but the borrowed time did assist with that. And, able to get the M1 here on Tania. The question is, where's Psycho? Because they're slugged somewhere. Oh, never mind.
Oh, not anymore. I was going to say, Psycho has disappeared. But we were able to get the pickup on them. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make a ton of room. So Psycho Mantis is still kind of in danger here.
We do hear that generator that we had just ran by has a whole guap of pressure onto it. So we know that this thing's just about ready to go here. And it also worth noting, thanks to another down here onto Psycho Mantis. This is now also going to be hook stage number 3 altogether in the trial. Hook stage number 2 onto Psycho, which means Psycho can be tunneled out as soon as they're removed from the hook.
Mm-hmm. Although, we haven't seen Decisive Strike, so it's probably safe to assume Psycho Mantis doesn't have it this time, or he might have actually ran out of time for it. From the last, I don't know if he would have been on the edge of it running out or not, actually.
Now, I think we were back to the corrupt for a bit, but this is going to be the tough thing. Now going to be picking up this pool here. And you can almost assume with the fact that Psycho Mantis is on death hook, they will probably be looking at a cleanse that way if they happen to get into chase. They have at least an extra health state We do see some scratch marks here. We see some pools of blood. Not sure which survivor this is that we are tracking down, heading back towards Shack itself. But, oh, that's going to be Claudette. Now, this is one of those situations where you aren't getting any more fresh hooks, unique hooks. So as far as the points for slow right now, as far as blood points, because we have seen where that has become a tiebreaker. But it would be quickly removing a survivor from the trial, making this a 3v1 with still 2 gens needing to be complete before powering the doors.
It does look like I think Slow might be a little concerned about that decisive strike once again, because it was Psycho Mantis who had that last game. I believe? Yes? I think so, yes.
Yes, I think that's right.
I'm pretty sure it was Psycho Mantis who had it, so we are going to go ahead and pick up after waiting for a good bit, and we're going to go ahead and interestingly consume this hook in the middle of the map.
I mean, it at least doesn't have you worrying as far as hooks by the doors late game. Maybe is at least a benefit there. And also with it being one in the middle, generally if you'll have one somewhat closer. We'll see though, because sometimes on this map, hook economy can be a little scarce.
I was going to say, this is a map that has an interesting hook spread usually. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens afterwards, where our hooks are when we get our next down. We do see Deadlock covering this generator. We have a ton of scratch marks over here, so we will very quickly be able to pick up Chase here. Not quite able to land that infection just yet, so we're going to have to opt for the M1.
And now here at this point, going to be working to the backside of Shack is Jinji. Oh, not going to be able to make the pallet here. That is going to be a down. And I believe, did I see stairs? Yeah, that's going to be a basement hook. No, not a basement hook.
Oh, no. I was going to say, just like in normal Vigo's court, we do have our survivors bring the bloodied blueprint. So that is going to put basement in Shack. And there's going to be a second hook for Jinji. So the generator has a ton of progress on it.
Yeah, and we are going to see Slow force a decision on our survivor. Well, on at least one of the survivors, if it's G-Bot lurking in the shadows here. Because they are fully healthy and they are not sick, whereas Fnord already is infected. But we do have a little bit of the slowdown, I guess you can consider, on that gen by adding the little bit of sickness from the Vile Purge, trying to get the shot to connect with G-Bot. Not going to be able to find any success as far as that goes. Still seeing some regression from this gen, though, thanks to the sparks. So if Slow can kind of stay in the middle of this map, maybe you can get yourself a little bit of time. We do see, though, G-Bot just recently got sick, which makes me think that G-Bot is full send in this gen right here.
Yeah, I would assume he has gotten back on this generator. I can't imagine any other reason he would have gotten sick. And we are going to see those scratch marks and go ahead and follow them.
Now, the question is, I think as far as for me, where's Fnord, right? Because if Fnord is already sick, you can get back on that gen that still has a little bit of the corruption on there. Going to be able to avoid the firecracker. Is slow working around a rather long tile here, which is kind of tough because kind of like we saw here, you worry about getting the pallets done because it will knock you out of your power. Working around, nice vault here. Going to be seeing not only the 5th gen getting complete, but we see that sound notification for the No Way Out. 2 stacks of that means 36 seconds until our survivors can start attacking the doors themselves, and now seeing G-Bot going down the ground.
Yeah, really good chase, but unfortunately, Slow is going to catch up and get the down there. We are going to see Jinji coming to maybe try to block that hook. I'm not entirely sure what the plan was there, especially with Plague still in her power. That was kind of an interesting choice.
Well, I do believe Jinji would be your survivor that would render the least amount of points for the killer, because I think they've already been hooked twice, right? Oh, again,
I
here I
believe
am saying
so.
this, and it's not even regular Vigo scoring, so completely throw that out the window anyways. But we do see, though, now this is going to be Fnord taking, oh my goodness gracious, not only the M2 with the last little bit of the power, now Fnord being down the ground. I don't think anyone's had any time to start working on these doors, which means unless there is an unbreakable in play, and unless this door is already primed and ready to go, we might be looking at a 4K.
Yeah, this was
But
an
there's the unbreakable.
interesting choice to make. But we do see Gingy get back up. We do see a cleanse for G-Bot. So there's still a chance here. It looks like Slow might go ahead and stick around this hook, kind of patrol it a little bit. We do have a pool right in our shack area, so we can go ahead and pick our power up. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw our survivors try to just get out at this point.
Oh, we do hear that
Oh no.
door. Oh, got the shot, but G-Bot, of course, when using the pool to cure themselves, gave themselves a free health state there and was able to take that. So that will be them escaping. However, worth noting that both survivors, while injured, they are not infected. So if they do decide to link up and heal each other here, you could still potentially go for a save and put some extra pressure down.
We do see the heal coming in on Gingy, and Fnord still has a little bit of time to hang out on this hook, so
That was kind of like an extreme version of a wet willy, wasn't it?
yeah, kinda.
We do see, though, this is you talked about the reset coming in across onto Gingy. If we do see a reset onto G-Bots,
This might just be resetting for points.
is this a camaraderie play?
Oh my gosh, is it? Yeah, no, he's been here for a while, actually. They must have come in and procced it at the last second. That's why we haven't seen the reset on G-Bot just yet.
I think that's why it had sat where it was for a while, but it does look like this is going... Yo, slow. Yeah. Let's look somewhere else. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, big dog. As we do push across the map here, heading towards the door itself. And yeah, it's just going to be them taking the 2 out.
I believe so, yeah. Oh? Not entirely sure where Gingy is, actually.
I wonder if maybe this is a situation where you take the risk for Hatch because Hatch escape is worth more points. Yeah,
We're trying to open the other door.
Yeah, but I saw the scratch marks the other way though. It makes me wonder if maybe they open the door and then try to like run into the map, try and see if they could hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to see if they can get a few points.
Potentially, and then yeah.
But I mean, we do see him in really good performance by Slow. 2K definitely had the most blood points there. Tie as far as kills and eliminations, so that's a good job as far as from the pub stop pers to help as far as on that side of the scoring here. We will take a second here to get an official score from our scorekeepers in the background. But of course, we'll also go ahead and take a second here to reset the sides and everything. We'll also be seeing those links popping up here shortly over in chat. Remember, you've got to go over there to send those challenges across. Not only do those challenges, of course, help go towards that pool that you're seeing up in the top right-hand corner, but also helps put a little bit of extra coin in our competitors' pockets as well, since you are challenging them directly.
So it's a
win-win.
It's a win-win. You get to not only support the players, but support our future projects for Vigo's Core, our upcoming season. Because Playstream, being our wonderful sponsors, are going to go ahead and match every dollar raised here through challenges donated to our players.
All right, so I see that we have Psycho has sent us the invite. Oh man, now Slow, of course, that's the Ooh, I saw a kill, or I saw a map come up here. One of my favorite maps. I'm always down to see some competitive deadest of dogs. I think also the thing that I like about Dead Dog is when you think about some of our killers that are left on the board. Dead Dog is a map that I think with it being a little bit smaller, some of those other killers can still shine. When I think about, our Clown, especially because of his, use of the yellow smoke to be able to go across the map. Also, if we bring in Cigar Box, you can get some extra utility in your kit, right? Also could be a good map if you are able to understand box logic and keep a good understanding of map knowledge with Cenobite, because you can get to wherever the box is relatively quickly. Of course, there's limited resources, so I mean this could be a cannibal play as well.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't want to see it.
And so what we are looking at as far as score-wise after our game there is a 1-0 score in favor of Ruby Wolves. I do see that we are getting those links over in chat now. Jump over there. Go. Quick. Go. Fast.
Go ahead and drop those challenges into those Playstream links. So that we can make this a little fun. We already know our map, but do we know our killer?
I do. I mean, we do. We know our killer. It is not a duplicate. It will be a duplicate killer from a killer that we have seen previously.
We've seen a lot of killers.
Noting, I'm not going to give it away just quite yet, but we will be. It is a killer that we saw. Actually, one of our survivors play in another matchup earlier this tournament. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
You guys will find out soon enough. Don't worry.
I mean, to be fair, if you want, you know where you can go to find out. You can be in the know with me, but...
We already know.
But it should be interesting. Now, Dead Dog is a, we kind of talked about, right? Like, it's a very different map in the sense of the two, broken down buildings across the street from main building and from Shack kind of give you some unique, jungle gyms, right? Like, stuff that you don't really see on any other map. Main building is something that you don't really see on any other map, especially because it's a big 2-story. But then outside of that, I mean, Shack can be broken. The one breakable wall can be broken. There aren't very many pallets. A lot of the pallets are mind gameable. So if we see a killer that comes out and is able to get those resources out of the way relatively quickly, you can find some pretty good success. But it's a small map, and the survivors can rotate from gens to gen very quickly.
And that main building is kind of a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I like playing on Dead Dog. I think it's an interesting map. It is an interesting comp map.
I think the big thing I like about it is, especially when we see it come out in comp a lot, we see a lot of our non-traditional killers used on this map, right? Like, it's a map where you can see M1s excel. So when it comes to regular season in Vigo's Courts, this is where you see, Wraiths, Clowns. I think we saw a Ghostface come out on this map, Freddy.
Yeah, we actually saw an early Cenobite. Really early on in last season, we saw Cenobite on this map.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually a really good game.
I am going to be interested to see if Cenobite has already reached kind of its pinnacle as far as popularity in comp, in the sense of we saw that Plague's popularity went up after her change, right? But it's been a while since we've seen Pinhead's kit change, so maybe we start seeing Pinhead more because people have had time, or is this just one of these killers that kind of gets swept under the rug a little bit? You see him brought out on one-off situations, which I'm not sure, because again, I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday. A killer that can really dive in and understand box logic can have so much control of a trial.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know if this will have been the peak for Cenobite.
I
don't.
hope not.
I think there's still. I hope not too. I think there's still a lot of potential. I think there's still a lot of potential for him. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So if you guys are playing in next season of Vigo's Court, you know what we want to see out on that competitive playing field.
And so it was confirmed earlier also. I never actually said it. So we are qualifiers are already starting next weekend. Those are going to be our offline portions of the qualifier. And then the following weekend, I think it's like the last final 4, final 8 teams will be broadcasting. So that'll be fun.
And we will be getting, that will be kind of marking the, I'm frozen again. That will be kind of marking the beginning of our return to our regular season play.
All right, I'm gonna need this to cooperate with me. There we go. All right, cool. Sorry, I was oh yeah, it was against the Hookers. That is right. See, that's a good memory. I think for me, I have a hard time remembering who played what because like at this point I've seen so many comp games. They're all starting to like
so much comp. Yeah,
they're all starting to blend together a little bit.
I kind of I can remember which teams had which maps, kind of. So I can't remember which games particularly, but I can remember like which maps were where and like which team was at least involved in the match because of the map.
Yeah.
So I know we saw Nurse a couple times on Dead Dog against Hookers.
What's your thoughts about Nurse now that she seems relatively fixed and kind of remotely bug-free?
She's still annoying, but actually, so Nurse is one of my favorite killers to go against because I have the most fun running against her because I'm terrible at looping and I don't really have to follow normal like looping rules when it comes to Nurse.
Right.
So I actually am kind of glad she's back because when she was kill switched, it was all Huntresses all the time, and I was like, this is actually awful. I want to not be playing this game anymore.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I also play on high ping, so you know.
True though, because I mean you're usually playing a lot with your NA or EU friends, while JP's server, so
yeah.
Ping dude.
No one plays that. Because no one plays DVD out here, so if I want to get a lobby, I have to like VPN in or have a friend host me.
I have we've been looking at VPNs, and I think we're probably going to be getting one at some point this year. I like it for one, obviously the safety reasons, but I also think I'm going to use it for being able to stay in whatever the fastest survivor queues are purposes.
Very fair. Yeah, very fair. I mean, I like it for the safety purposes. And then like, I do live overseas, so it does help me get like American versions of websites, so I'm not trying to translate every page I go to.
So the winner of this matchup is going to be going on to play against Frozo in the grand final. We just saw a 3-2 match between Pub Stoppers and Frozo. Or yesterday, we had also seen a 3-2 match of Ruby Rules and Frozo. So both of these teams have seen the team that they're getting ready for, or should I say the team that's laying in the shadows waiting for their matchup has seen both of these teams firsthand. If you were Frozo, who would you be hoping is going to pull out the dub here?
I'm not entirely sure. I feel like they're both difficult teams to have to play against. I mean, and either way, it's going to be a rematch. I don't know if you're Frozo, if you're too concerned, because you have played against both of these teams before, so you kind of know what you're up against either way.
All right, I do see a question in chat that was asked about a minute ago. I do generally oil my beard. I haven't today, which is why it's a little bit more itchy. I probably should, to be honest. Just the way it goes. Which also, speaking of, if any of y'all have any connects of a beard company that wants any, is looking for like partners or anything, send them my way. You know what I'm saying?
Q does be having the beard.
Oh, also, it became official yesterday? God, it was yesterday. Yesterday seems so long ago. Oh, hold on. Let me let them know. I'm good to go. Since I have now officially gotten my new government issued ID, and that means now, since that's officially done, when I get back from my trip at the end of the month, I can finally dye it pink because it's owed to my community. So,
yay, pink beard!
I'm
really excited for that.
I was half debating on doing it before I went home, just because I would love to see my dad's face. But it's our last time visiting there in the place that I called home. So if we're gonna be doing some lasting memory photos, I guess I might as well look normal or whatever.
Yeah. Might as well. The things we do for family,
I mean,
beards are weird.
Beards are weird. What?
I'm looking at chat. There's a very specific reason I'm saying that.
What? No, it's because Fnord has a majestical beard, by the way.
I said people with beards are weird, not beards are weird. Beards are totally fine. Just.
And I do see we have a Vader hanging out in chat. What's up, Vader? How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through and hanging out, brother.
Hello, Vader. Very good to see your face.
And in case his first question is, have you been enjoying the games? My answer is, indeed. All right, let's get down to it here, chat. It's been a blast. They're ready to go. Good luck to have fun. Unless maybe they are getting some last second challenges in. I mean, all we know is the map. We know we know the killer. The killer. They don't.
Yeah. We know the killer.
Wonder if there are any other tricks up the sleeves. I mean, this is the move on to the grand finals here. I mean, we'll have to see what can happen. I mean, Ruby Wool's currently up 1-0, so it's not a huge lead. But again, we also saw Pub Stompers against Rebels yesterday come back from a 2-0 to move into the winner's bracket final. So,
we could see an upset here, yeah. A point upset. Anything is possible, and I think I kind of like that about this this format. Like, nothing's really over till it's over.
Right. Hoping everything's fine with Ruby Wolves here. I see the question was asked if we are ready. I hope they know we're ready. They might be taking their last couple seconds, working the jitters out, making sure they're ready to roll here. Mm-hmm. Is there anything left that we haven't seen that you would like to see? I know I said Cenobite.
I'd be okay with seeing a Cenobite. I don't even know what's left still.
Cenobite, Clown, Hag.
I want Chase Hag.
Pyramid Daddy.
Oh, Pyramid Head would be fun too. Actually, I see a lot of Pyramid Head in comp, so maybe not that. I'll see that another time. Chase Tag would be fun. Clown would be fun. I think Clown is fun to watch.
Yeah, it's kind of funny thinking back to. I remember I was really excited when I heard the news about the Clown rework when it was coming. I guess at this point almost a year ago now. Sheesh. When the killers started to get the reworks. And it's funny because I feel like even though it was a rather significant change to his kit with the ability to no, I don't even remember what I was saying. I started reading chat. This is why I can't read chat. This is awful. What was I talking about?
Good question.
I can't wait. Oh, man.
But yes, guys, we are a little short of our goal. We've got 2 games left, so if you're feeling a little generous, want to help us out, don't be afraid to put those challenges down.
Oh.
That is ooh. We get a nice view of the Milky Way on our map here. I love the sky in Dead Dog, honestly, so this is fine, but you are going to hear that really nice new lullaby that we got with the Baba Yaga skin for Huntress.
And we are going to see, actually finding a survivor relatively quickly. This is actually one of our 2 no-mither gamers, if I am not mistaken. I think this is actually Slow that we have found really quickly into our game here. It's going to be interesting because, of course, if they are running, if it is indeed the no-mither gamer, that means only 1 hatchet will be needed in order to put them onto the ground. Nice dodge work thus far by Slow to avoid the hatchets.
So doing a really good job of trying not to get got in this main area by that hatchet there, since he is just 1 hit down from Doom. Oh, oof. Unfortunately, the banister there is going to go ahead and eat our hatchet.
All right, so now going to be seeing, that's the Neo working up here on the gallows. Generator does drop down, working back along this pallet by the wagon here. This is a little bit of a longer, oh my goodness gracious, able to clip just the heel of the Nia. Now with the second, 2-tap here by Psycho Manus. That is now going to be a basement hook.
Yep, that will be a really quick 2-tap on Ephemeral here. Gonna go down in the basement as our first generator pops, and you guys might have seen it. I definitely saw it, that deadlock popping up. So we currently have 4 gens blocked. Of course, our corrupt intervention is going to be following soon, but we do kind of have an idea of what gen has the most progress on it.
Yeah, and we can hear up there around 35, 40-ish%. Then you had mentioned the corrupt intervention getting up off of those gens here as well. So, we see a survivor up on the up. Oh my goodness gracious, from downtown!
Oh my god. Okay, well, we now have 1 survivor down, another one in the basement, 1 found over here, and Ev is still injured because of no mither.
It was interesting though, for when you talk about the it's on the person up on the top of the saloon, but they've got no myth. Oh my goodness, if that would have hit, I would have absolutely lost my mind. That is going to be a second. True though. It's a second stage though, forced onto our survivor here in the basement. Thanks to the help. Phase up with the drop shot, baby. Not going to be able to find the connection here onto the Fang. And then we're going to be able to get the M1 working around this pallet space. Now working to the back corner. This is a good job by the Fang to try and pull the aggro from Psycho Mantis away from this basement hook. However, Psycho having some awareness. Coming back, we've got the Babushka O-Caft combo as well as far as the add-ons here. What? She's down there going the basement, Psycho.
What are you doing? Maybe he wants points. Maybe he wants to get the he wants him to get the save.
I wonder if maybe he's trying to bait them out, thinking that. I feel like maybe if you walked away just a little bit further to like get the heartbeat, just to wait. There really wasn't a survivor down there? I'm confused.
I guess not.
I wonder if maybe
What were
Fang
we
called it out.
hearing?
I wonder if Fang. Oh my goodness. I'm wondering if Fang maybe called it out that they were going back. And it was somebody who was halfway down in the basement, and they decided to jet out so they didn't get caught in there as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that might be what happened. That's really rough though. Ooh, and we are gonna pop this gen in our killer's face, but we are injured. Dead harding to get to the pallet, but having to play this card's gonna be really interesting.
We do see that Dan has been picked up off the ground. That is our one survivor left in the trial with a no mither, which leaves me to question what. Oh my god, if you would have hit that hole, I don't know if I would have been able to contain myself. But not sure if that was an unbreakable across the way. Nice work as far as control at the pallet space here. Yeah, it must have been assistance from somebody else, because we also see a reset coming in across onto Dan itself. Only 2 gens complete though. And remember, Arctic Wolves were only up 1-0 heading in this. So if Psycho can continue putting down pressure, finish with top blood points and with a 4K here, would really be helping out the squad.
I'm definitely gonna come back to the generator and check out what's going on, because we don't want to lose gens if we don't have to. It didn't look like we were going to get that down on our survivor there, so we're gonna abandon that chase and go ahead and kick our gallows gen and then reload. And I kind of want to see another really good snipe here.
And this is tough because now, remember, this is all part of the Playstream tournament. You take the challenges for a little bit of extra point into your pocket, but it is a challenge itself. 2 survivors in the trial right now, not even able to be healed. They can simply be hit from across the map while being on top of the saloon, if that so happens to be the case. And there's just nothing that they can do about it.
I was waiting to see what was going to happen with that hatchet. Sorry, I was like, wait. Kind of just tossing hatchets. We do hear somebody up there, but we're unable to land that.
And I would imagine what we're seeing here is Ruby Wolves playing very, very patient here. And going to be trying to see if maybe they can just attack the gens little by little. We do see quite a bit of progress onto this generator right here. This is the Claudette. Claudette is one of our survivors that does have the... No mither now catching a hatchet. And you're still pretty close to this basement. This may be another basement hook. Oh, no.
That would be the smart play to make here, though. Because you can just go ahead and hook right here where you have a 3-gen.
Says hold that to Dan. I think we actually have both. Oh my goodness, both survivors over here. I think we saw scratch marks going both ways here. So may still have somebody in the shadows. I can't tell if the grunts of pain that we're hearing are from the Claudette right here, or if that's from the other survivor that's around us in the reeds. No, that's the Claudette.
Definitely trying to, I think, play it patient here. I think Arctic Wolves have realized, or Ruby Wolves have realized that there is a 3-gen here, so they're probably going to try to get one of these finished, but this hook being right here makes it kind of difficult.
Yeah, and we do see this is going to be a second stage here, forced at this point. So that is a second stage onto F. One of the 2 survivors left, though, can't even be healed. This is tough.
Yeah, this no mither definitely working in Psycho Mantis' favor. We will see the unhook come in, but it does look like Psycho Mantis might be going ahead to maybe complete the tunnel out process here. Ooh, we are going to be chewing through that borrowed time, though. Gonna go ahead and take Chase around Jack. I don't think you can get those hatchets through those cracks there, Psycho Mantis. So we're gonna have to break the pallet here. And otherwise, F kind of can just keep us held here. Of course, we're still kind of hanging out in this area where we have our 3-gen. There were scratch marks up here, so we know that someone is not very far, and that it's going to be Fang that we find. Our only survivor that doesn't have no mither on them. So, gonna be interesting if we can get them injured and down, that's gonna be huge for Psycho Mantis here.
Yeah, we see them trying to continue like attacking this gen little by little here. I mean, they've been attacking this one that's next to the shack here quite a bit. Even the same thing with the ones here at the gallows. I mean, this is kind of part of the risk that you have to take when you are running the no mither. We do see, though, now at this point, finding Dan, as you had mentioned earlier, the only survivor left in the trial at this point that does not have the no mither. And now going to be seeing the health state change. That does mean 3 stacks of that Thanatophobia. These gens are being slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot for our survivors to get these gens finished through that Thanatophobia. And of course, still kind of holding on to our 3-gen here. But this gen and Gallows has a ton of progress on it.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job of making sure that they're pre-leaving and not giving up too much pressure as far as like the Huntress's objective side, right? I mean, we're still only sitting at 5 hook states thus far, while being able to really, like you talked about, just slowly scratching and clawing. Keep in mind, we still have that main generator at Saloon as well still up. Can't help but wonder, remember, we had that snipe up there earlier in the game. That gen might even be 99, and they're just kind of waiting to break up this 3-gen on this side.
That's kind of what I'm thinking they might have done, because we've only seen, I think, at any given moment, 2 survivors over here. Because we did see F. F did get caught over by this building generator, and then we saw Dan get the unhook. But we haven't really seen much of our Nancy. We haven't really seen Slow too much.
Do it. Oh my goodness, I thought I was about to catch the top of the head there. We are going to see a dry kick.
That would have been nasty.
Dude, imagine though, and then just be able to drop down with the oak tap babushka combo and just drop another one just right there. That would have been so strong. Trying to find connection, not going to be able to do so. Again though, now looking at this generator on the front side of Shack, so much pressure. That thing's got 4 pistons pumping, just about ready to go.
Yeah, at this point, I think Psycho Mantis kind of needs to commit to getting somebody out of the game. Honestly, I would go ahead and commit to Dan here, because if you can get the down on the hook, again, your 2 remaining survivors cannot heal.
The question is, how far away is this? Hello? Yo, we're not even back there. That is a wicked pre-throw on a pallet.
Might have been a challenge.
Oh, do they have that where you just had to throw? That'd be funny.
Yeah, there's a challenge. There's a challenge that's throw that pallet.
Oh, that would explain why on a couple of other games so far throughout the tournament, I've seen random sound notifications. I was like, what? No, that makes sense though.
Yeah. And we will see this gen over in this corner broken up. Effectively breaking up the 3-gen that Psycho Mantis had here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him just commit to trying to get somebody out of the way right now.
Especially because you can see, even with the amount of progress that was on the Gallows gen, it's not the one that's covered up by the deadlock, right? You can assume with the fact that the deadlock is indeed up on that top mid-gen, kind of like we said, probably sitting on 99. Now the deadlock's off. It wouldn't be surprised that, yeah, see that gen pop just like that. Right now, though, you'll notice no haste status. There is no way out, or there is no no-ed. We are going to be seeing, though, No Way Out getting procs to cross the way. Unfortunately, the No Way Out was triggered before the third hook, our third fresh hook, which does mean only 2 stacks the No Way Out. 36 seconds, 18 of which have already expired. Honestly, we might just watch the Ruby Wolves take the 2 out here.
That would be what I would assume is gonna happen here because you do have, I mean, of course, you still have Dan able to be reset, but F is injured and unable to heal because of that omither, so I wouldn't be surprised to just see the two out being taken here.
Trying to see if
Oh
we
my
can get an
God.
arch over there. I'm not going to be able to find a connection. Not hearing anybody on the door, though.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed, because
Very interesting.
we know that there is 3 stages. Well, 2 more stages, I should say. Still hanging downstairs. 1 more additional stage as we do see the second stage now getting forced onto slow. If I'm Psycho here, I don't know if I take additional time hurling hatchets at the door. I think I just go and push pressure on the door, honestly.
I think that we can maybe guarantee that our survivors are going to go ahead and maybe try to get the unhook here to get the 3 out because that's blood points on the table for them.
True. You know, that's a good point also because keeping in mind that kills versus or eliminations versus escapes is one of the points that can get you, or something that can get you a point too as well. So if it's a 2-2 like now, that point becomes nullified, whereas if you take the point, it's 1 more thing in your bag. However, we are going to be seeing the 2 out there. 2K, 8 stages all the way around. Pretty solid game from Psycho, honestly.
Yeah, not too bad at all. I think Dan should have been focused once there were only 3 survivors because he was the only one with without no mither on. I think that could have garnered us maybe a little bit of a stronger result, but honestly not a bad game at all.
So we will wait to get a final score from our team in the back. As far as getting a final score here, I mean, I feel like that's going to be close, even though we saw the 3 out. I think, or not 3 out, the 2 out, I should say. Even though we had seen the 2 out instead of the 3 out, I still think these things are going to be close. I mean, we had a lot of resets, so that's extra blood points. The one thing, though, I mean, we did also have 2 survivors throughout the course of that trial that had no mither, so they could not reset. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely interested to see what the final score is going to end up being here because that was an interesting game.
And remember that the winner of this is going to be facing off against Frozo in our grand final. Both of these teams actually have played Frozo in back-to-back rounds, round 2 and 3. Talking about round 2 for Ruby Wolves, round 3 for Pub Stompers. Ruby Wolves, though, is going to be taking home the victory here, 2-1. So Pub Stompers, you've had some amazing runs in the tournament this weekend. There are some names that are awesome to see back involved in comp. So hopefully we'll be seeing y'all back around some more in Vigo's court, whether it's in the Playstream or maybe even come the regular season as well. But that does mean that it all comes down to this, Shep. Down to 2.
We made it.
We're
Somehow.
almost there. Yeah, so it's time to be watching Frozo versus Ruby Wolves. So keeping in mind, Frozo did win their set 3-2 yesterday in the round 2 of the winners bracket here. So things are about to get spicy here.
Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be a very good rematch. Once again, these teams have played against each other once before, so definitely going to be interesting to see what happens here.
And I do see that we've got more challenges set up and everything. So keep in mind, this is going to be the chance for you guys here to kind of light it up. Playstream is going to be helping us out. They are our partner here. They're the ones who are matching dollar for dollar as far as, you know, for the prize pool, as well as on top of paying out the players individually when you challenge them. So make sure that you are going in there and pushing those forward. I mean, we're talking about being pretty close to, it says we're over 650 up there now. I think that's also still, we're trying to hunt some stuff down the background. We may be a little bit closer to 700. So there's still some time here to be able to throw up some more of those challenges. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I can't help but wonder if maybe here in the fight, what do you think? Do we see Frozo go undefeated through the winner's bracket, or do you think we see Ruby Wolves ride this wave and take the first set?
No, these are tough teams to go against here. Ruby Wolves is a well-seasoned team. So that's such a difficult one. I don't know.
I think the hardest thing is we don't really know who's playing what, right?
Yeah, exactly. We have no idea how to tell who's gonna get handed what kind of setup here. So I don't know, you guys. This is your chance. Go on in there and help out your favorite team. What do you think we're gonna see here? Or who do you think who are you rooting for? Is my question, I guess.
You know, I would like to at least see Ruby Wolves win the first set, because I want to see this thing. I want to see them run it back. I want to, it's a best of, double elimination. So I want everyone to be on the verge of elimination when this tournament ends. So I would love to see Ruby Wolves go first, and then honestly after that, I could really. I'm just here for the action,
Yeah, same. I just hope that whatever happens, it is exciting. Which I'm sure it will be. We've not been disappointed yet by these teams.
So we do still have some time to see some killers that we have yet to see thus far. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we see the teams trying to throw extra curveballs at each other, knowing that we are in the grand final, knowing that we're sitting roughly around? Also, by the way, can we get a nice for up there before I actually say how much we're actually at? Thank you. But we're actually about 80 above that where we're at now, so we're actually pretty close to 800. Which is pretty dope. We're sitting right around the 750 mark, 3/4 of the way there. Do you think this is where we see our teams trying to throw a couple of extra curveballs at the other team, knowing that Playstream is matching dollar for dollar that pull up there?
I think we might see them throw curveballs at each other just for the fun of it. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll see some good challenges coming through.
You like the halo light? My lights, it's already getting pretty dim on there, sadly. I think I'm gonna have to find a way to plug it in instead of using the batteries mode, which means we're in an older house, so I've got some outlets that have none of the 3 prongs. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see if we can get that figured out here. But yeah, chat, you guys know it. I know it. Q's got the smallest bladder on Twitch. So what we're going to go ahead and do, I need to go do that thing real quick. I'm sure Shep probably has to stretch her legs too. We've been sitting and we've been at it for a little bit. So we are going to be right back. Follow the links. Well, actually, yeah, follow those links there and come say hi to us when we stream sometime for one. We're going to be having the links over in chat here shortly for where you can go to start challenging our teams here for the grand final. Make sure when those pop up. And also, before I forget, Shep, I see that we've got a high five nominated. Is that what I saw the face for?
Yeah, that was what the face was.
All right, cool.
My arms are short.
All right, so you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Yeah, look at our hands connected. It's almost like we're in the same room. Snaps. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do, chat, we're gonna take a really quick break. Allows us to do our thing. Start jumping into those. Start jumping over into those links and everything there. All right, so you can start getting those challenges, and we will catch y'all back here in just a couple minutes. I think so. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, now we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Perfect.
Welcome back, everybody. After taking a very quick break to get us all stretched out and situated, we are now back for our grand finals of our 2-day Playstream tournament.
It
How are you feeling
all.
now that we've got to this point?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I was going to say it all comes down to this. Honestly, we've been seeing a lot of really dope competition over the course of the weekend. We've gotten to see some really fun killer selections with some extra curveball thrown at our survivors. We've seen some killers on some maps that we don't typically see in comp. This has been really fun. We definitely had, I think, everyone on our side of staff can admit we had some learning curves yesterday, but we've kind of been running nice and smooth since. And honestly, it's been really fun to kind of see the event as it unfolds.
Yeah, this is our first time doing something like this. Of course, we've done Playstream exhibitions before, but
Right.
not an entire tourney. So, this has been really fun, a really good experience, I feel like. And it's a great way for our community to get involved.
So now is the question. Do we see 2 more trials or do we see 4 more trials? We are going to be seeing a rematch from winners bracket round number 2 where Frozo did indeed beat the Ruby Wolves 3-2. Now back here after fighting through the winners bracket, I would say they've got momentum on their side, but Frozo's also looked very impressive, honestly, throughout the first 3 matchups they've had in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they've done pretty well. They had some curveballs thrown at them that they handled pretty well. Ruby Wolves has done the same, but I know it really just kind of comes down to this. It's really gonna come down to this. What I was going to say. And just so our viewers understand, and so that I make sure I'm tracking this correctly, so we will see 4 more games if Ruby Wolves wins this first one, correct? Because since they are coming up from the losers bracket, they have to win twice.
Correct. So the only way we'll be seeing 4 trials is if technically Ruby Wolves wins the first set, the first best of 1 matchup here. Then we'll be running it back since it's it's a double elimination. Here we go.
Okay. Just making sure, and wanted to clarify that for our viewers. Of course, if you guys want to know more about our rules, if you still haven't had a chance to check it out yet, or you're still a little confused on how we are scoring this since it is different from our regular season play, you guys can type !rules in chat. That link has been very helpful throughout our past seasons, and it will be just as helpful now if you have any questions whatsoever.
And I know that we had gotten asked this question in the background there in our break real quick, which I'm sure means at least 1 or 2 players have this questions, which I'm sure means 1 or 2 of y'all watching probably have this question. So to clarify again, we've got the links over there in chat where you guys can go and actually challenge the players individually. When they complete those challenges, that money's theirs, the players individually. What Playstream is doing is then matching dollar for dollar up to... Why do I keep turning my arm like this? Well, they are matching dollar for dollar up to $1,000, which you're seeing towards that bar up in the top. And I know it has a very nice number up there right now. We're actually sitting about $70, though, above that. So if you guys are wanting to make our partners match the most money that they can make, we still have about 250 to go. Just throwing that out there.
Just in case you guys are feeling a little generous or really, really want to mess with our teams here.
This is the time where, we can bring out some of the bigger bets, bringing out the team of no mithers, I haven't seen anything come across yet letting me know where we're going or who it's with yet. So maybe you and I will be able to find out at the same time as the crowd, which has kind of been something we've been able to avoid thus far today, which has been kind of fun. So
Usually we kind of go in knowing.
oh man, this has been fun, and I want to bring up, I know I've brought this up a couple of times throughout the course of the last 2 days, but our coach, as well as, like, I guess you could say, like, captain of Ruby Wolves here, was actually our Season 2 MVP. We'll be back with our team here, Ruby Wolves, Slogaleo. They're going to be starting on the Survivor side here, which is interesting, because I feel like typically you would want to start on the killer side, but I feel like we've seen quite a few comebacks, and I almost wonder if maybe you can set the pace easier on the Survivor side.
I mean, I guess if you start on the Survivor side, you can then kind of try to set yourself up for some success going into the killer side, because you can punish the Survivor side more with challenges. No mither, team-wide challenges, like to your opponents, like challenges to your opponents.
It's a really good point, actually. That's something I didn't think about here.
It's a little different, like, this format is a little different from, you know, what we're used to. Usually you kind of do want to start with your well, I guess even then, like, usually you do want to start with like your Survivor games and then do back-to-back killer games, then Survivor games. Like, that's kind of like the format we saw would have the most success for a lot of teams in our season.
Yeah, I guess that's true, though. It's just everything's so unique with it being the best of one. And also because with it being the best of one, you don't even really know the conditions in which even the second trial is going to be played, right?
Yeah, you can't really set yourself up for anything here. You're not going to know what map you're going to. You're not going to know what killer you're going against or playing with. Like, it's all you're kind of at the mercy of the people who are going to come in and toss some fun stuff your way.
Two more trials.
Jump scare screams in chat for like treats to use on Playstream. I'm like, oh god, please. There's 4 players.
As long as wait, so are you saying for the players or is it for the chat?
It looks like they're suggesting for the players. Don't jump scare me, I'll cry.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If it's for the chat, I'm all in for the chat as long as I don't hear it. Because I'm not trying to be in the middle of a call and all of a sudden, you know, have a jump scare pop up. I ain't about that life.
I don't need to hear all of chat hear me scream like a little girl. It's okay. We don't have to do that here.
I do think, though, I've been looking into more and more the Playstream. It might be something that I think I'm going to have to end up incorporating onto my stream. It seems really fun.
Yeah, it looks like a fun, I have Playstream set up, I just never used it, but it looks like a lot of fun, like a fun interactive way to like let your community mess with you. And if there's anything that we know communities like to do, it's torture the streamers.
Facts. I mean, it's kind of, it's part of the whole, you know, streamer-viewer relationship, I feel like. It's in the code. You should kind of expect it.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
It's when the jokes stop that you kind of have to worry, you know?
Yeah. If someone's not messing with you, something's wrong.
So at this point in the game, not in the game, in the history of DBD, is there any, while we're waiting for our players to kind of start getting ready, I'll also switch over to the spectator spot because I see people starting to get ready. Is there any chapter that you would like to see added to DBD in the future? Like licensed chapter?
You know, I really wanted Resident Evil to come to Dead by Daylight, and I got what I wanted, and I hated it, so... I don't know. God, what horror franchises are even left?
It's funny, you know, I kind of feel the same way about Pinhead ever since I had started I mean, you know, I'm a little bit older. There's no lies there. I was a big Hellraiser like fan of like as far as the franchise growing up. And then it kind of, you know, it gave us the voice lines and took it away. So I understand that. But you said is there like one that stands out to you? Like, oh boy, if I could get this.
I want an It chapter. I think that would be really cool.
Pennywise, huh?
Yeah.
What would Pennywise have different from the clown?
I feel like we'll have to talk about it after the game.
Saved by the bell here, are you?
Saved by the bell, thank God.
All right, let's take another trip on back into the fog. Looks like we're going to be seeing the Blight on Suffocation Pit. Not seeing any no mithers across the board, unfortunately, and you'll see as far as within the build as it goes along. We've got the corrupt here. Our teams will now know as far as the Thanananophobia there. That's going to get a little bit of slowdown throughout the course. Nice dead hard here by the Claudette to be able to prolong this first chase. Taking chase in the top side of the map that does have the corrupt gens. Pep's trying to find collision here, trying to work our way around. Oh, not going to be able to find connection, and now is going to need to leave this chase.
We are going to find another survivor pretty quickly, though. So hopefully maybe we can have some better results here. But Ruby was doing a really good job of kind of not giving... well, never mind. Caster's Grace.
Now, this is tough. This is you know, I can't help but wonder. Like, Blight on Cold Tower... This feels like this had to have been Frozo picking their own killer, right? Like, this is kind of feels like that part of the strategy of picking. I don't know. I don't know, man. I know. Kind of tough. We do see, though, only one hook state thus far. Ruby Wool's really fighting back. And, oh, you know what, though? This could have also been some people from Frozo wanting to just kind of hook their homies up, you know what I'm saying, and put the extra challenge on the Ruby Wolves. Kind of surprised we don't see, again, as far as ooh, nice play, though, to be able to basically just stay inside, not going to find an extra M1. Going here into this, ooh, finding the Fang. We do see Peps, though, wanting to go for the tunnel out, and I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there. Getting a survivor out this early with only one generator completed would be really good for Peps here. I was gonna say, you made a comment about how our Ruby Wolves are doing a really good job. I think that's one of the downfalls of bringing a killer like Blight. Of course, he is an S tier killer, but that means that a lot of people are gonna have played against him before.
Now we do see this generator here at 3, around 75% prior to the pop goes Zafiso there. And now at this point, oh, nice play to be able to whip around. Not going to find connection, but it does at least break the pallet there. That's a second generator, though, that you can hear has quite a bit of pressure. Also worth noting, as we came over here back to the generator that we had kicked with the pop goes the weasel, we actually pushed the survivor away from the hook, which means that might require an additional survivor to have to rotate in, which means less generator work getting done.
Yeah, and this is ooh, we see a lot of progress in this, but we know that there's an injured survivor over here, and also Slow is getting dangerously close to not being in this trial anymore.
Yeah, this is going to be tough because we still have yet to see the rescue across the way too. Now going to be seeing it come across. This generator here, though, that has so much progress is going to be taking the pop kick, regressing back instantly, 25%. And I think that was the Nia there, which does make Peps want to try and find the injured hero survivor. Found him, but not before the heal came across, or no, that's actually the Nancy. Never mind. The Nancy actually able to take the hit.
And that will be a shack pile getting done, trying to buy ourselves a little bit of time here. I think trying to use the basement stairs to get the balanced landing, but unable to get out of the basement. We do get caught on Peps there just a little bit.
Now Pep's going to go with the lookup tech here, thanks to the Playstream challenge. Is going to be able to, though, still while doing that, manage these stairs. So honestly, a good time to knock out this challenge. Get that as an extra point onto the board here as well. Down to a 3v1 for gens. Still needing to be complete. You can see that this generator over here at 3 that had gotten the pop kick before, even though the regression had been stopped on it, not much extra progression added to it. So now down to about 25%.
And despite that, the Natophobia and Dying Light, actually, that's going to be affecting our survivors. We do see a second generator pop, but not without consequence there.
And in case anybody was curious, it is being confirmed to me, even though Cold Tower is the default map, Cold Tower was actually a redeemed card, so they wanted to keep things nice and close, a smaller map. Kind of makes sense, honestly, with the Blight. Talk about it gives us as the viewers so much action as we've seen thus far. You almost always have somebody in chase. You're going to be seeing a borrow time hit. That borrow time timer had to have been just on the verge of being complete there. That's tough.
That was unfortunate, and that is also unfortunate. We are not going to quite make it back over the pallet before Peps can go ahead and get that hit in.
That's tough, and you've got a slug across the way. Can't help but wonder if Nia is rotating over, maybe trying to get the survivor off of the ground, or if they're trying to commit for gens. It actually looks like they're committing for gens. We're finding the tag here very quickly onto the Nia up here now at about the 9 o'clock position, moving back towards Shaq here. Going to be able to get the down just after Dan gets back up off of the ground here, and now going to be working our way through the jungle gym. I think, yeah, I was going to say some lucky break value here. No,
I don't think so. I think just DVD scratch marks doing DVD scratch mark things.
True. Spectator bugs sometimes? I don't know.
But we do get the connect there. That will be ephemeral going down. And it looks like we're going to maybe wait to see if there's a deliverance to be used here before we go and pick Dan up.
Good call here. I was starting to wonder what we had going on here with the standing still, but that does make a lot of sense. However, I think after seeing the eats, they're going to just basically wait and make sure that we don't have a full... Oh, is there a standstill challenge? I think there's a standstill challenge, isn't there?
There might be. I don't completely know all of the challenges. But yeah, that might have been a challenge where he had to like wait there.
I think this is going to be Peps waiting out, trying to make sure that we don't have any decisive strike into play. Also having the opportunity here to be able to look up into the sky here at Cold Tower. That's going to give us a nice little view here. It's going to allow us to continue looking at the timer. I'm wondering if we're using it to look at the timer like we sometimes see our players do, or if it's literally just a knockout, a challenge. We are going to see, though, no hatch into play, and that is going to result in a 4K at only 2 gens complete. I'll be interested to see as far as what the Playstream score is going to be here after the first trial, because that's tough. And we are seeing confirmation it was a standstill challenge. That was what it was, by the way.
And a very nice 4K for Peps there. Rough result for our Ruby Wolves.
Sheesh.
And again, those blood points are important, folks, because if there is a tie by the end of the second trial, that is how we determine who wins the set.
All right, and talk about coming out, really just setting the pace on the killer side there. Is Peps from Frozo, and Man, talk about, coming in, filling in a slot at the last second. Now probably going to be looking at a lead, I would imagine, probably 2-0. We'll have to wait for a definite confirmation on the score from that. But to go from filling in, I literally think they were like a day of fill-in yesterday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they came in yesterday.
To now being a game away from winning. You figure with the added prize pool that I think we're still is assuming getting linked in the background from Playstream, we're going to be looking at almost we're just past $700 already, almost $800. That's crazy.
Thank you guys so much for helping us out here with that. Of course, for anyone who might have missed the explanation, every dollar that you donate to the streamers themselves for challenges, anything you put towards a streamer's Playstream, that goes to that streamer. We are partnered with Playstream, however, where any money raised through streamers participating in the event, any money that they get, they are going to match to us for our prize pool for next season. So you're getting a little extra bang for your buck. You are supporting your favorite streamers and content creators and, just the great people participating in the community, and also helping support us here at Vigo's Court. And the people who will be playing in our future events who are helping donate to the prize pool that they're going to be competing for.
And I am getting a confirmation here. Frozo currently up 2-0. Heading into what could potentially be our last trial of the day here. Crazy, we've come all the way this far.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long 2 days. Lots of really good gameplay. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen the comeback, so I'm not counting Ruby Wolves out just yet, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I do kind of want to bring up a trend that I've noticed between this Playstream tourney and last season of Vigo's Court.
Oh?
So in last season of Vigo's Court, we had a team who came in a quarter of the way into the season, with a terrible record. They inherited a not so desirable record,
and a not so desirable killer pick pool as well.
And some of their killer picks were already burned through, and that team went on to steal the wild card to make it into the finals, and then they also won. So, kind of seeing a trend here.
That's true, yeah.
Where a team has come in the 11th hour. Just very interesting. Very interesting. You should never count out the latecomers, I guess.
Well, I think part of that too is due to the fact of what we're seeing kind of across the board in comp, which is like a closing of the gap. I feel like when you look at competitive DBD a year ago, there were like a couple of teams that you always saw in the final four of your bigger tournaments. The Agonies, the Oracles, the Golden Wolves, organizations like that, the Traumas, stuff like that. Whereas now, even though a lot of those teams are still around in the major comp, they're not always consistently in the final fours. We're seeing other teams stepping up to the plate. The team that you had mentioned, Deathwish, kind of came out of nowhere. Deathwish also took down Agony in one of the DBD League tournaments, off-season tournaments that they had. I can't remember if it was the Halloween one or the Winter Circuit, but I think it was Winter Circuit, maybe. We've seen new teams kind of getting put together and also just doing very, very well. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting because I know we've got some returning teams coming into Season 3. I know we got a lot of fresh blood coming in Season 3. So Season 3 should be fire. Like I said earlier, we're going to be seeing qualifiers starting off next weekend. And then the following weekend will be our last broadcasted games of the qualifier.
I don't know if you saw, but we do know what we're going to see. I
mean, to go up against a blight on Cold Tower, I think that's a fair response.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. I'm not upset about this at all. I mean, I do enjoy these kinds of games. Because I do, as much as I love watching fun games, I do also love watching very competitive games.
So it's funny, especially because I'm gonna spoil it because it's only fair.
Oh, I know, yeah.
We saw DBE put Nurse on Cold Tower as her home map for the first time. I want to say 2 months ago, like before she got removed. And there was definitely, some pushback thinking that there was going to be like a lot of easy 4Ks. But what we saw actually was because, as you had mentioned, these are people that are, scrimming against the Blights, the Nurses a lot very often. We saw a very wide range of results. And it's part of it is just because there's always something going on. You're always able to be in a chase, which means it's easy to overcommit to chase sometimes.
Yeah, it really takes I think it takes a lot of really good game sense and skill to play these characters well, because if you can't get the downs quick enough, you need to understand when you need to leave and where you need to go from there.
Mm-hmm. And
to make sure that time wasn't wasted too much.
Not sure if Dyer's ears were ringing or anything while we were talking about DBE, but I do see rolling on through into chat here. Always good to see you, brother. That's a very friendly face to always see when it comes to comp DVD. So
it's always good to see you around here, and not too late, because we are going to be rolling into our final game of this set. Potentially our final game of the tourney, depending on how this goes. But not gonna discount the Ruby Wolves here by any means.
I mean, we gotta keep in mind, right? Like, Ruby Wolves are coached and led by Season 2 MVP Slow Galeo. I mean, we do see Dazzy is out here on the Nurse right now for Cold Tower here, and be interested to see. I know Dazzy's going to have some spicy gameplay for us, but again, they've got some experience in the background. Not sure if maybe you've also got them in the ear helping out a little bit over the course of this trial. Going to have a very tall task. Currently down 2-0 based off of the scoring over here. If we do have anybody that is curious about the scoring, definitely use !rules in chat. That will get you squared away here. And I think we're just about ready to do this thing.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting on final confirmation from our teams. And you guys, I would recommend going out and checking out those rules, because if you liked what you saw today and maybe want to play yourself, we might be doing this again sometime.
Well, we are doing this again sometime. Not might. We are going to be doing some form of this.
Look, I build a little anticipation, maybe. Like, if you want to find out more information,
where should they go? There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you guys are interested in participating, we might be doing it again. You should go check out our Discord, where you can get all that information, information about our future Playstream tourneys, information about our future season coming up and any seasons after that. If you guys want to get involved, we're always looking for staff. We have some positions available as refs, as mods. There are plenty of ways for you to get involved in Vigo's court. So if you guys are interested in doing any of that, or you just want to hang out with some really cool people, smile. Go ahead and type !Discord in chat, and you can join us there.
Let's do it. Ooh.
Popular commands.
That's a good question. I see Doc asking if we get a 2-2. If we do get a 2-2, it would come down to total score. And here's what's going to be interesting. It's kind of like a weird catch-22, because we know that the tiebreaker is overall blood points. And while the Ruby Wolves weren't able to get too many blood points collectively as a whole last time, because it's a pretty fast game, it does mean you're going to be looking on requiring pretty much the same thing. So if this ends up being like a 4K, like in the end game, or an all gens complete, you can probably anticipate that the survivors have, for Frozo here, will have accumulated enough blood points to be able to secure the tiebreaker, right?
What happens if the tiebreaker is? I mean, I guess you can't have exact blood points.
Listen, if it happens, I'm flipping in a coin. I'm not even. No.
We'll just replay this out. It's fine.
It'd be pretty hard to do, though. Talk about down to the blood
yeah,
point.
like down to the single blood point. I was like, wait a second, that's very exact. Yeah. Never mind. That's very exact.
That would be pretty wild, though, if that like actually were to get pulled off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be interesting, to say the least.
So what do you think? Are you anticipating Frozo continuing the string of dominance that we have seen thus far? Or do you think Dazzy has got a trick or two up the sleeve and forces this thing into overtime?
I have no idea. I think, I don't know what to expect, I think. But I know that no matter what, it's going to be a really good game. So I'm excited for whatever the outcome is. It's going to probably be very satisfying.
And the other thing is they could win over like the amount of challenges completed. Keep that in mind. So I don't know if you're maybe wanting to assist in the comeback here for Ruby Wolves. If you want to throw some extra challenges their way over the course of this game, maybe you see Dazzy's in a pretty nice position as far as pressure and maybe you want to, you know, as we saw last game, have them sit still for a couple minutes, for a couple of seconds, you know, look up at the sky, look down at the ground. Those are all challenges that they do complete, which could be used as a tiebreaker point. Well, not as a tiebreaker point, but could give them the additional point so you don't have to worry about a tiebreaker.
Yeah, and also that would be pushing us closer to our final goal. So, you know, don't be afraid to go and help out your favorite teams if you're feeling oh so inclined.
Oh man, all comes down to this. It's the last trial is always I don't know. It's like the sense of relief because it's like all the work that's accumulated to get to this point.
Yeah.
When you're finally there, but then it's like, but it's the last game. We've had so many. I mean, when you look at yesterday and today, we're talking about like what 12, 14 hours of comp DBD that's just been packed of so much fun, and it's the last one.
It's almost over. I know, right? It's always so sad to get to this point. It's like all the anticipation, the build up, it's all led to this one final thing, and you know you're in for a good game, but then it's like, but you never want the fun to end, right?
Right.
You never want to say goodbye. But you know what? In this case, it won't be goodbye. It'll just be see you later, because we will be doing other Playstream tourneys. We will be starting up season 3 of Vigo's Court soon. So this may be the final game of this tournament, but this tournament is the precursor to great things to come. So we always have that to look forward to.
And I heard that word on the street was that, you know, y'all enjoyed the exhibitions last year with the Playstream, so maybe we'll see another one of those, one or two of those here and there throughout the course of the season as well. Because it seems like you guys really like to have the control and the ability to kind of switch things up and keep things nice and funky fresh, you know what I'm saying? So I think we're going to try and keep these going.
We definitely get to see a lot of really cool things that you wouldn't really get to see in comp too much.
Yep.
So I do think that the variety is really refreshing, and it does bring like a fun edge to something that can be really, really stressful. We know the comp community can be a lot. So this is kind of like a nice change of pace.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and take another trip on back into the fog. One more time seeing Dazzy out on the nurse here. We do see the corrupt intervention, of course, pretty well a staple in competitive DBD. Last thing you want to do is give a well-coordinated team the access to all 7 gens right off the bat. 2 very confident blinks, able to find C-Bot right off the bat to be able to at least get the first tag. C-Bot, however, doing a good job working the jungle gym. Now we'll be breaking away. We'll probably be taking this chase towards the far side here into the corrupt portion of the gens. Back here along Shack side. Now, though, it looks like it is going to be Note that is being located actually on the backside of Shack here. So it is going to be taking 2 hits to put Note on the ground. And the first M1 is going to be a swing and a miss.
Not too bad. If we can get the hit here, because we do have Thanatophobia in play. However, seeing Seabot get reset there, probably not too great for that Thanat there.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, we did lose our survivor.
Oh, able to find Google here, maybe be able to pick up a little bit of pressure. The one thing that we'll notice, though, as we look around with the corrupt intervention, it's not the corrupt intervention that blocks the kind of common 3-gen on the top side, which means that our survivors currently right now from Frozo do have the ability to start attacking those at their will, seeing another very fast reset onto the Claudette across the way here. Dazzy able to find a connection again here on a real Seabot. The question is, will this one result in a down?
Yeah, kind of where we want to start seeing that first down, because that will be our first generator. And of course, the ever popular deadlock is going to block off the gen in the corner, letting us know where our most progressed generator is. Oh, we got that blink where we don't get this chase music again, and it's really eerie.
It do be like that sometimes. However, now seeing the first down, we saw also a second survivor somewhere off in the shadows. The question is, where did they go? We're also going to be seeing the deadlock coming off of the gen back here at Pride Rock. You can hear back there quite a bit of progress on it. 4th piston, I think, starting to move just a little bit. Still around 20 seconds of progress. If it is a single survivor, though, needing to be done on it in order for it to be complete.
And that pop goes the weasel is going to take that down quite a bit there. We do find another generator with a ton of progress on it.
Yeah, it looks like our survivors have done a good job spreading the pressure across a couple of generators. And also worth noting, one being on the bottom side of the map, one kind of there on the mid portion of the map as well. And it looks like the first gen that got done is the gen up at the 11 side of the map. So already taking care of one up on the front side. So our survivors doing a very good job as far as the gen split. First swing and a miss here as far as onto the Nancy will allow Note to be able to get away unscathed. Now coming back, and we're going to be seeing the borrowed time hit onto Seabot.
And we do see that the generator that deadlocked on that second gen is a completely different generator than what was deadlocked before. So our survivors are doing a really good job of trying to spread that pressure across the gens really evenly. And we're going to continue chase with Seabot here, who is just able to avoid the swings here, prolonging this chase for his teammates to go ahead and make as much progress as they can.
Yeah, we do see Firecracker there not going to be able to make a connection. We had the first hit on to Note. There's going to be the down on to Note. That's going to be another fresh hook here. Hook number 2 here. We know that that generator back at Pride Rock had quite a bit of progress on it. Looks like Dazzy here is going to be needing to look high up into the sky here for just a couple of seconds. That is going to allow hook our generator number 3 here back at Pride Rock. We also see that it is the Shack gen that has the deadlock on it, meaning that was the most furthest progressed in the trial right now.
And it looks like we do have Pop Goes the Weasel loaded up, but it looks like we're going to go ahead and continue to chase Lori here instead of going to find a generator to apply that to. But this is a great hook.
Yeah, I was going to say a really good job of getting a fast down and then being able to use this hook up here. Don't have the 3 gen that we typically see on the top side of the map, but it is a nurse here, and you can kind of combine this generator over here at the 3 o'clock position. Kind of consider that to be a little bit of a 3 gen. We had seen over there, though, a lot of progress on that generator itself. Seeing gen number 4 getting done as well. Ace doubling back over here. Nice dead hard, though, to be able to bait out the swing.
A fantastic dead hard from Seabot. And I don't recall, is Seabot on Death Hook here? I don't think so, no. Yes, maybe actually. No. Maybe? Ooh, that's a really nice hit there. And it's so eerie because I can't tell if they're in chase or not because of no
No
music.
music? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so eerie. Like, I can't tell what's happening.
That is now going to be... Four hooks so far. I'm trying to remember... What was it? A 4K at 3 gens up in the first trial? Is that about right? As we're seeing a swing and a miss here onto the ace?
Yeah, so it was a 4K at 3 gens left last game, so...
So, hard to see here as far as... Oh. Not going to be able to find connections. I wonder, though, because we know that, of course, the scoring working a little bit different. I wonder how close... Oh, wait a minute!
Oh,
No.
so close.
Pallet save. I heard the footsteps. I thought maybe Nancy was going to be able to
Yeah.
get there in time. I had known that Dazzy was kind of on the far side of the pallet space, so I figured I was hoping to see the body in front of him. Unfortunately, they were behind him, so there just wasn't a chance.
And I was wrong. That was not Siva on Death Hook. Oof, but that will be a really quick down on Nancy. Very nice.
So maybe Daz... Oh, and she's laps him with the D. That's going to be Note being able to buy some additional time for the survivors from Frozo here. We do also see that pretty much as the D had been dropped across the head of Dazzy, that was going to be the save across the way. Generator number 5 getting popped. Frozo, it looks like really just making sure that they take things home, and they aren't even trying to risk having to run it back on a second set.
Yeah, our survivors doing a really good job of just trying to pull out this win. We already see a lot of progress on this door. Ooh. Dangerous game to be playing with that door there, though.
And that's going to be a dead hard away there. Oh, there we go. And that's going to be a down here at this point. On to the ace. And we are going to be seeing the door getting opened across the way. I would imagine that's going to be, yeah, our survivors here taking the 3 out here. So kind of like you had talked about. Oh. No, we didn't have a Mori, did we? Oh, were they given the challenge that they had to drop a survivor? That's dirty.
No. Oh, no.
I don't hear a hatch around, though, so that's at least the good news.
Yeah, I don't even know how long they had to put them down for.
Oh, Dazzy now has... Oh, this might actually work out, though, in their favor. I mean, because if they are close... You know, there's the point that they could win this based off of challenges complete. So that's 2 challenges for them right there at the end game of the trial here for Dazzy.
But they could get challenges and blood points. However, I think the other team would still win for getting the escapes versus kills.
You're right. They'll at least have that point there for this trial. I'm just wondering if maybe it'll be enough to shift and then force a run back, maybe. I don't... It's going to be tough. Frozo just really came in from the word go throughout the tournament. I mean, Frozo had a really good first round win against Calamity, who looked really impressive in their first round, and unfortunately just fell a little bit short. Then against Ruby Wolves, who they're playing here in round number 2 of the winners bracket yesterday. And then we saw what they did to the pub Stoppers earlier today. I mean, it's just, honestly, they've been on a tear.
They had a really impressive run. And so I think we're just waiting on final confirmation for the results of that game to see if we are playing another set or if that will see a victory there.
So what we are, while we're waiting to figure out first and second place, because in our tournament here, our top 3 places do take home part of the prize pool. Also, when we're looking up at that prize pool, which will probably still be going up just slightly as our last challenges that got completed get confirmed, and that total will go up a little bit. Also, we're going to be working with Playstream because I still think there's a little bit missing from when our bar got paused earlier. For those of you who've been rocking with us all day, y'all know what I'm talking about. But the way that it works out is of the total prize pool. First off, if you did a challenge as a competitor, that if you complete that challenge, that's towards you. That's not towards the prize pool at all. That prize pool up there is from Playstream matching every dollar that was challenged. Okay. So what I'm going to do to make math super easy, and I say super easy, I'm probably still going to find a way to mess this up. Let's say if the total ends up being actually, I'm going to round it up. I don't know, we're going to do 800. If it's around 800, right? Which is probably about where we're at right now, because there's about 70, I think, missing, 70, 80. 25% of the pool will be going to our first place team. 15% of the pool will be going to our second place team. So if it's $800 up in the prize pool, it'd be 25% of that. I'm not going to do the math. No, I'm just kidding.
200.
Roughly, yeah, 200.
Yeah.
Not roughly, it is 200. 200, then the 15% is what, 120? Is that right? Something like that. And then our third place team will be getting 10%. The remaining percent, because people are like, that's only 50%, Q. The remaining 50%, as Shep has been talking about, will actually be getting added to the accumulation of prize pool for the season 3 of Vigo's Court. So with that being said, do you want to let them know the results of the game here?
So we do have our final results in, folks, and it looks like, drum roll please, our winner is going to be Frozo with a score of 3-2 in their favor. After some very exciting games, they've done a fantastic job, and they're going to take this thing home.
So Frozo taking home the first place spot. Ruby Wolves taking home the second place slot. Third place going to Ruby Wolves. We're all winners here because we saw a whole bunch of fun competitive DBD action this weekend. I think we all won in that case, right?
Ruby Wolves taking second and third?
Yeah, because they're just that good. Pub Stompers taking home third. Yeah, so Frozo first, Ruby Wolves second, Pub Stompers in the third place slot. The 50% of that pool will be going towards our pool at the Vigo's Court season number 3. That was a blast. I can't believe it's all done.
That was
Shep.
so much fun. Yeah, it's been a wild 2 days. It has been a lot of fun. We saw a lot of really great challenges come in. A lot of stuff that you don't really normally get to see in a regular competitive tourney season. So a really nice change of pace. I'm really excited to do this again, and this kind of just I think hypes me up for our following season as well.
Yeah, it should be a blast. I know as far as, I think it's May 4th, I think is the first day of the regular season. But before that, we have qualifiers, which actually are going to be getting started for season 3 next weekend. The following weekend, we should be seeing our finals of that, which will be aired. I almost said televised, but you know what I mean. Will be aired. I will not be here. I'll be visiting my family back home, but Shep and I'm sure a couple of other people will be here for those couple of games, hanging out with you guys then at that point. If you're wanting to keep up with what we've got going on, check us out in the Discord. Also, if y'all want to help out and support, don't forget that everything as far as bits and subs go towards that. You can become a Patreon like you see over there as far as in the chat. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for us, chat. We really appreciate y'all hanging out with us this weekend, man. There's been a lot of comp DVD going on, so the fact that y'all came in here, kicked it with us, helped us raise a little bit of money for this next season, really means a lot. And until we catch y'all back over here in Vigo's Court next time, man, don't forget everything crazy going on in the world today. Be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love harder. That's Shep. I'm Q. Signing out.
Stay safe, make good choices, guys. We'll see you in the following season. Bye.